if you think about it, what if we normalize gacha tourism? Maybe that's how we break through the shackles of gacha FOMO. If we normalize people not feeling this urgency to log in every day, maybe the second we normalize that and make people not feel the FOMO constantly and like shame them by calling tourists, then gacha companies will fail and then we can have great video games again.
You're cooking. You're
like
cooking.
Astrobot. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, wait. Am I recording? Okay, I am recording.
Okay, I started recording.
All right. 1, 2, 3, clap. Yo, what's up, Gacha Tourists? We're back again with Fob. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, everyone, for all of the support. There was a bunch of kind messages, and you guys also liked having Fob on. Fob, say thank you really quick.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so Fob, how have you been? What you been up to?
Been playing Wuthering Waves 2.0.
Same.
Girls Frontline 2. Just finished 5.3 Genshin Quest and getting ready for 3.0 Star Rail. Oh, I got into the Arknight's Enfield beta. Did you?
Yeah, I did too. I
Nice,
wanted
nice,
to ask
nice.
about that. Wait, have you played the beta for that?
Yeah, I played the last beta. So
How'd you like it?
the combat was weird, but everything else I liked. But they changed up the combat this time, so it'll be different.
Ooh, how would you describe like the beta's combat? Because I wasn't in it, so I didn't play it, and I also haven't seen much footage. So I'm curious from like a perspective of someone who did play it.
I haven't played Xenoblade, but a lot of people say it's like Xenoblade combat. But it's basically like beta 1 combat was like if you use an ability, like time like slows down and like you strategically or like it wasn't really strategic, but basically it gives you a moment to like put where the ability is gonna cast and stuff like that. And it was like I don't know, it was like a weird mix of like not turn-based but like real time. Yeah, it's weird. I wasn't a crazy fan, but it wasn't like unplayable. Yeah.
I know of people who were fans of Xenoblade; they liked it quite a lot.
Yeah.
But when I watched the trailer, it looked really good. So I'm really happy that I got in because I wasn't in it the last beta, so I'm kind of excited. I don't really know when beta was. I didn't get to check the full email
I think it's on the 16th.
this month.
Yeah, it's in a week and a half. Wait, what's
Oh,
it?
it's coming.
Yeah, it's in a week actually. It's in a week, yeah.
Oh shoot. Are you gonna do like a 7-day subathon once again where you're like on stream all day?
Nah, I only did that for WUWA's release. I mean, maybe for Enfield's release, but I don't know. I doubt there's that much to do. With WUWA, it was like a full I guess Enfield's like a full open world as well.
Oh dude, speaking of WUWA, oh my god, how did you like the new quest?
It was pretty well paced. I think it was from beginning to end pretty good. There's like one part with like an old grandpa that everybody complains about, but I didn't really notice it that much. Yeah. I don't think it was that bad.
The grandpa, I can't remember the grandpa.
He was the last person who got who won the Carnival thing and got to like talk to the Sentinel. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say I didn't expect the act to be. For me, it took 7 hours for me to finish the entire chapter. Maybe 7.5.
I
actually.
split it in 2 streams, so like it was. I think because I split into, I did the first 2 acts and then I did the third act the last stream, but it was like 6 hours ish, I think.
Yeah, it was 6 hours, but I guess for me, I was playing with like Rochia. You know, like when I first saw her, I thought she was really cute. Now I'm kind of like wondering if I should pull for her or not, just because she's apparently a good sub DPS for Camellia. I think we saw in the IGN gameplay.
She's a direct buffer for her, so she'll replace Sanhua in the team.
Oh, I was going to build Sanhua because of the 4-star skin.
Yeah, so if you're playing like the Camellia Shorekeeper Sanhua team, you replace Sanhua and put Rochia there. But
07.
sure, she's really fun. And I actually think if you get like a couple copies of her, she can just like be a DPS as well. But yeah.
Ooh. I love that she says Mamma Mia, but it feels so wrong without her like
Yeah, she
with the
doesn't.
accent.
She's the one that has the least accent, by the way, in all of Rinascita. It's actually weird. I was like, why does she have like no accent? Especially since she's the one that says "Mamma Mia."
Yeah,
she just goes "Mamma Mia." I'm
yeah,
like,
I know.
oh,
I
okay.
was gonna say like every time when we hear Mamma Mia, we think of like the Mario Mamma Mia
Yeah.
or something like that, and so it just like it kind of messes with my brain. But then when I kept playing her, like Pero with the gauntlet is so freaking cute. Like I just can't get
Yeah.
over it. It reminds me almost like, I don't want to say like direct comparison, but it's like a Hutao, like the Butao. You know, having like the
Yeah.
companion fight kind of along with you is like super cute. So I was like, you know what? Like at first I really wanted her, and then a little bit later I was kind of debating. But then during the quest, I did take my time playing with her, and then I kind of liked her again.
Yeah, she's really
Yeah.
fun. You should get her S6. It looks like she
S6?
turned. I
Oh
mean,
my.
it looks like she turns into like a super DPS. Or well, no, she could be like a full DPS on her own at S6.
How many copies would you go for?
I think her S2 was a really good spot. S1 definitely, because S1 lets you get her I think S1 lets you pop skill and get 2 forte charges immediately, which is like insane. That means you just have to like do 2-3 autos or a quick charge of her charge attack and then do a E and then you just immediately have full forte. Yeah.
Oh, how do you know all this?
It said it all in the did you
Okay.
not read the sequence notes?
No, I did,
Oh,
but
okay.
I feel like it's not like official release, if that makes sense. So I wonder if
Uh
they'll change it.
No, it's technically she's already in this patch. Like she's already
Okay.
in, yeah. So they shouldn't be changing anything there.
Yeah. I guess like depending on, I guess like Star Rail, usually they're like, oh, some things might be changed. Some of mine is like, that might not be the official one. But I did read it. I just don't remember,
Yeah.
I guess. What do you think about Phoebe? Because she was recently just marketed.
So I liked Phoebe
Mhm.
until I saw Fleur de Lis, and then I'm like, because the thing I liked about Phoebe is because I like the color combination of blonde hair with royal blue
Mhm.
and her like white stockings. I thought that was like a really the white blonde plus royal blue is a really good color combination in anime characters, but Fleur de Lis is literally all that but better. Fleur de Lis has the exact same color scheme, and then she just looks better. And also Phoebe sort of. I liked all of Phoebe's art. That's why I was like Phoebe gang. But then her in game kind of looks like she got like her face squished a little or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just a little bit.
yeah, I'm team Fleur de Lis. No.
We only saw her for like a little bit too, but I remember her outfit. I was like, oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
kind of scandalous. You know, we're
Yeah.
seeing a lot of
A side
skin.
booba.
Yeah, it's like there's a window side and then the middle part
Yeah.
too. But I didn't say anything because I was like, I'll just wait till she's officially out. Since Phoebe was released, I was actually talking to my chat about like the next drip market, and apparently, oh, I don't know if I should say this, but like the WUWA's JP one accidentally tweeted out Brant, and so do you think Brant would be next or will it be Zani?
I think it's obvious it's Brand.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if we just had Ruchia, so like it would make more sense, I think, to release the other part of the Fools.
Oh
So
yeah, the fools.
yeah, I mean Zani would be cool, but I feel like Zani would come out with. I guess I don't know who Zani would come out with. Technically, she's part of the bank.
Neither would I.
Yeah, maybe another character that gets released that's like part of the bank or something. But yeah,
I was talking to chat because I was like thinking about it. For Zani, I can only think of like Frolova if she's a playable, but it feels like kind of like a reach to me, although I'm not really too sure. Because I also wanted Scars to be playable, but so far there hasn't been like a villain
yeah.
so
I don't know
far.
about that one. Also,
Damn, Kofi.
Um, yeah.
What?
Also, I don't know if you noticed in the story cutscene, Brant has a pistol, so it is interesting that if he is a pistol, that means that's 2 back-to-back 5-star pistols. Well,
Oh,
not back-to-back, but like back-to-back patches.
pretty much. Because I have not built any pistol users up until now. I
Yeah,
used up all the mats on Carlota.
I just gotta farm again, bro.
No, I want a sword user because I love using swords.
Yeah, I want a sword user too, but I don't know.
I don't remember if I asked, but how would you rate the WUWA story overall?
I think I gave it a solid 7.5 to 8.
Hey, that's how I would.
Yeah, that's just like that's so I have a rule where I just don't rate any gacha games 10 out of 10 because I think just the just the delivery device of gacha games itself makes it so like stories are always kind of they're never like each arc. Like I think it's better to rate a full arc when it's all done, right? Like once we're like
Hmm.
done with all of 2.0, then you can like maybe rate it more as a full story. But even then you can't rate it too well because these stories are stretched out on purpose across multiple banners and patches because it has to fill that duration. So I don't know a single gacha game where I like feel like the story is like, man, I could have read that in a book and that deserved a New York Times bestseller.
What do you think of Penacony then? Like
Penacony.
as an arc, as an arc.
Oh, Penacony, I thought it was great, and then the ending ruined everything for me
Really?
because I think part of the point of Penacony was that I loved how Sparkle was this force of chaos, just fucking over things and just like goofing around. But then it turned out she was a paid actor the whole time, which is like okay, and then that just kind of ruined everything for me. So Penacony, like at the end of the day, I gave it like a 7 or something. But yeah, but I think this WUWA patch story was pretty good. I like when I give Genshin or Gacha. I mentioned Genshin because I was just rating Genshin 5.3 before earlier, but when I rate Gacha stories, 8 is like basically a 10.
I think 8 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now. It's only the beginning of Rinascita too, so like who knows what will happen. And
I think that the score will only get better once we get to like the climax, because this is just like the setup patch or setup of the story. Yeah.
the voice acting for the EN is super good too. And then of course when we see like Frolova, I thought like her act, like when we see her in the story, I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
For me personally. Oh, and the storytelling. Okay, I feel like kind of spoilers, but it's like the church with the stained glasses, and I believe it's Carlota telling the story. I thought that was really cool, like really good.
I think they had a lot more cutscenes.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of ZZZ. Like I think ZZZ for storytelling are doing a really good job for like the big ones. Obviously, like for other gacha games, I think NIKKE does a good job and stuff like that. But yeah, I think for the big top gacha games right now, ZZZ and WUWA are doing the best in terms of just like pacing and just like density of cutscenes. It's like just right.
Now that we're on topic of gacha, this is actually what I wanted to talk to you about for today. So today we're gonna talk about gacha players, specifically the types of gacha players, And right now, because there's a lot of new players coming in that might not know some of these terms, especially there's just a bunch of games coming out. I thought it'd be fun discussion between you and I to have. So I'm gonna give you each term, Fob, and I wanted you to define them and give your opinions on each of them.
Sure.
So the question is, what type of gacha gamer are you? The first one being the collector. How would you define that?
They'd be like me, just roll for every single one.
Like, aka Oil Princess, Kings and Whales, But like from the normie perspective, people like don't know what that is.
Basically, someone that basically doesn't need to collect everything, but collect what they like. Like specifically, so there are collectors. You don't have to be a collector of everything to be a collector. You could be a collector of, let's say, back when I used to play like Fate, right? It's a common thing Fate likes to do is take the same character, but then release them in different classes and different, summer versions, Christmas versions, etc. And you could be a collector of just that character across all their versions and make sure you get all their copies and all like dupes and constantly max them out, right? So you could be a collector in that aspect, or you could be a collector across the board where you're just collecting everything. You're collecting literally every single thing possible in the game. But yeah, I would say that's probably a fair definition, because I wouldn't say collectors have to collect everything. I think there's collectors of single categories. You could be a husbando collector. You could be a waifu collector. You just don't collect any girls. You only collect guys, or you don't collect guys. You only collect girls. There's definitely a lot of people breed. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it's so rare for me to see husbando collectors. I have a few in my chat, but it's always like rare because everyone's a waifu collector,
Yeah.
And like for Genshin, I tried to be the collector for every character up until I think Fontaine, when I couldn't pull for like I forgot which character it was, but I pretty much it was before Fontaine. It was Dia. I couldn't collect Dia, and then I just stopped being a collector from there on.
I think I have everybody in almost every gacha game I play right now. Even NIKKE, even though I don't play it actively, I make sure to get everybody.
Who do you not have? Oh, you know what? I can tell you this. For Star Rail, I do not have most of the limited male characters. And it's not even like on purpose. It was just more like, oh, the next character is like Kafka, or like Jade, and there's like characters that I would prefer instead of pulling for the males.
So I have everybody. So even
Oh,
the
you
guys I
do?
pull for them, yeah. Which I didn't mind because I actually think MiHoYo's been kind of cooking with guy characters. They haven't been that ugly. Um, like for Genshin, who's the last guy? Kanich? I thought Kanich was fine. He was cool. And then before that was Risley. He was cool too. And then
I
before
got him
that
because he
was
was hot.
yeah. And then before that was Nouvelet, and I thought Nouvelet was like the best. I thought Nouvelet makes Zonly look like a fucking stick shrimp noodle man.
Yee!
Um, but for HSR, yeah, each of the guys have been pretty fine too. Like I loved Boot Hill. The story quest. I thought Boot Hill was like one of my favorite characters. But
Yeah.
so
The male characters in Star L, I think like they have a lot of like personality. They're good,
yeah,
but playstyle wise, it's kind of like, oh, I don't need them because I have like someone else in their placement. Yeah, chat thinks I'm a male hater just because if you look through my character archives, the only one darkened out is most of the males, except for Himeko. I don't have Himeko. Yeah,
ooh, take my
she's the only one.
Himekos. I'm pretty sure I'm E6 Himeko. I'm sure I'm like E10 Himeko.
I could choose it from the standard selector, but I
Oh
feel
yeah, I
like for
still
the
haven't
memes,
selected mine either.
yeah, for the memes, I should choose like Bailu just because she's already like E4 and she's almost E6.
I think my Bailu's not actually I need to double check on that. I'm not sure. Yeah. I know my Clara's fucking E6 because I've had a
She's
billion
good.
Claras. No, I fucking hate Clara.
Why?
Cause
She's so good.
back when I played the first betas for HSR, you know how MiHoYo hates giving you copies of characters to try out for betas, so you have to roll
Yeah.
for it yourself. I just fucking kept getting Claras, and then I quit the beta because I didn't want to play Clara.
Oh, that
So
was me with Lin Yang, but for WUWA. Like I kept getting
yeah,
Lin Yangs.
for WUWA it was Encore for me. That's why my Encore on live server is still level 1 because I don't want to fucking play her anymore. All I did in the WUWA betas is play Encore nonstop because I got nobody else.
Yeah, I pulled Lin Yang and I was like, great. I guess that's
Yeah,
all. I'll play. Yeah,
you're a Ling Yang man now.
I know, right? Now the next term is theorycrafter. How would you
Mm,
define that? I feel like so. There's actually two terms for this. That's different in my opinion. Is the theorycrafter and Guidemakers. Because theorycrafters, I feel like they actually work with numbers to make theories, and or like team building. That's how I see it.
I think they could be one and the same.
Yeah, it's almost like same difference, but there's like a slight difference.
Yeah, there's some guide makers who have their own math guys that do stuff for them, and then they just put it together. But I guess like theory crafters are. I'll just define them together because like
Mhm.
it's easier that way. It's more like theory crafters are just. I will say to an extent, I do think theory crafting in gacha game is a little silly, only because
It's
it's
okay.
like
I can cut it out.
no.
Okay.
Not because of that. It's just hard to define. It's like fighting against God. You know, it really does feel like when you're a theorycrafter, you're fighting against God because basically these gacha games, the express purpose of them is to make you want to swipe to get the easiest way in these gacha games, regardless of which gacha game it is to swipe the difficulty away. That is the easiest way, right? But so theory crafters are trying to min max in the opposite way where you don't need to swipe. You can do this to min max to like get the most out of your character so you don't have to swipe. So it does feel like sometimes theory crafters are like literally in a battle against God himself to try to keep people free to play, which is good, right? That's a good thing. But like, man, they got a lot of time on their hands. That's why I respect theory crafters like immensely
Yeah.
because I would never be able to do that. The amount of hours they put into calculating and stuff, I'm like, holy shit. The spreadsheets,
Yes.
the
They
formulas
put
that
like
they're coming up with.
yep
Yeah.
the Excel sheet, and then they like
Yeah.
predict ahead of time like, oh, how many crit damage, what pieces do you need to achieve this?
I will say, just because you are a theory crafter doesn't mean you are a very good player. I know there's plenty of theory crafters that can do the math, but when it comes to doing it in live, they can't, or they stumble to quite often because execution is very different from like execution on paper. Execution on paper is just very simple. You just write it out and it works out, right? But then in in practice, there's things like a mob just hitting you, and then suddenly you got staggered, and now your rotation's off a second, and then if that's off a second, your buff timer's not going to overlap, and you're not getting the most damage out of that loop, that rotation, and then so it goes all out the window. So like, there's just too many. There's a lot of variables that theory crafting doesn't take into consideration because it's assuming you are doing the perfect rotation, right? But not everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So theory crafting is great. I do think, like I said, it is a monumental task to constantly try to help everybody figure out the best min max way to avoid getting the credit card out. It is a thankless task. I think oftentimes I don't think a lot of theory crafters and guide makers get as much praise as they deserve, or not so much praise, but like they're over scrutinized sometimes for how much work they're putting in.
Yeah, it's hard work. Yep.
Yeah,
Super
and
hard.
it's like I think people give some of them a little too much shit for getting something slightly wrong Sunday, which I get, right? Because they're putting themselves onto a stage where they are becoming the foremost source of knowledge. So like, if you are doing that, you can't be wrong. But then the amount of social pressure that puts onto that person, it must be insane. This is why I will never want to be a theory crafter, because it's like, holy shit, if you're ever wrong, God fucking help you, Like, if you're just going back into the Genshin era, just how many theory crafters fell off into the abyss because they got something wrong, right? I
Mhm.
could name like a handful of people who have no longer have a career in streaming because they said one thing wrong about Zhongli, or one thing of wrong about Raiden Shogun. So yeah, theory crafting is
Yeah, super tough, super difficult. I agree with you on every end. But that's why, like, for me with theory crafting, I differentiate it from guide makers almost, because one is numbers. It's like same difference almost. With guide makers, I feel like it's it's more like how to play, like the basics. Guide makers for me feels like
I think
it's
there's
almost like 10.
tiers though, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
some
like
guide makers that like are it's like real simple, like just do this
yeah.
very simple rotation. But then there's some guide makers that are like give you every tier of like, this is like the easiest combo, this is like the best combo, and then like everything in between. So I
Yeah,
think I
both of
think
them are
yeah.
like definitely difficult to do. Cause like you said, they're all tiers. But at the end of the day, they're like both educational in their own way. One is like with giga numbers and like every step min max, and then guide makers is like from the basics to how to play this to what their skill does, etc.
This is why actually, like, back in the day, a long time ago with Genshin, I used to be like really connected to Kaching mains because I used to main Kaching,
Yeah,
and it was a thought process back then of early Genshin, because nobody really had anything figured out how to like really play. What was the best way to play? And back then they were really pushing Thunder Soother on field Kaching, and she was just like on the field heavy attack spamming and stuff like that. And I had like basically started to play instead a two-piece Thundering Fury, two-piece Noblesse to maximize Kaching's like two-piece from the Thundering Fury and then two-piece from Noblesse to get more ult damage, and then to not play Kaching on field but to do quick swap. So basically she does her thing, EE alt, swap off to like the next character, Bennett or Xiangling or whatever, right? And at that time, nobody really played quick swap like that. Everybody just played on field and like long field times, and people didn't really put a lot of credence to like what I was saying. But I wasn't the first. There were other Chinese players talking about quick swap as well and Noblesse set, and but once it started getting rolling, they were like, okay, hold up, like we're running the calcs, and this is like actually pretty on par, if not better, in a lot of sequences, because the more rotations and quick swaps you do, the more ults you're popping, you're putting yourself into more iframes. That means you could dodge more things. So like I do wonder, kind of like that situation, if with how much scrutiny guide makers and theory crafters get nowadays, and if they constantly in a worry of like getting something wrong and getting basically like canceled, if there are metas and ways of playing these games that aren't being explored because people are too afraid to have a way too differing opinion. Because, like,
yeah,
what if there is a brand new way to play Genshin or WUWA, but, like, if you say that and you're not 100% sure on it and you're not just, like, really confident in your answers, like, people are going to break apart your argument, and then you're just too afraid to even present it. So
yeah. I agree.
I do wonder if there's something like that, but you know, maybe I'm giving gacha games a little too much credit for having depth.
Hell,
Yeah.
you should be the first one to do it then,
No,
speak your
no,
truth.
no, no.
Speak your truth. I guess for me, whenever I play games on stream, like I'll play a team that feels right but isn't right, but it still works because I end up clearing it. But obviously, it's like wrong. But then in my mind, it's like, oh, it still worked, but I'm afraid to like do anything or like say anything about it, just because I always have people coming in. Oh, you're not playing this team right. Like play with this character, but like it works, and I still clear regardless.
Yeah.
The next term is free to plays.
Free to plays are just,
Straight up.
people who don't want to spend money into the game, or well, there's like tiers, right? There's people who are genuinely just like casual with the game, don't really want to spend money in the game because they don't really want to spend money in a gacha game for essentially pixels that don't really give them material gain or anything, right? But then there's free to plays who have a chip on their shoulder and feel like they have something to prove to the world and feel like they
Um,
need to be free to play and need to show that they can clear with free to play, because clearing with free to play will show how much skill they have compared to those dirty whales who don't have any skill and need to swipe to clear. I only say this because this has been a thing forever, like since the goddamn dawn of gacha games. I remember way back in FGO, FGO has these things called challenge quests. And they're essentially quests that are like the hardest content for the most part, outside of like certain story fights. And a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, I got this clear, I got this clear." But then we had this dude in the Discord who would shame anybody who had this character called Merlin. And Merlin at that time was like the premium support. He was like the best support in the game, right? And he would basically shame everybody for being dirty whales for swiping for Merlin and needing a crutch like Merlin. Meanwhile, him, a free to play, is struggling and powering through. Is like, okay, bro, like, do you want a medal? Like, nobody cares. Everybody's enjoying the game
oh,
the way they want it. But like, I do think that's a very minor, small group of free to plays who are crazy weird elitists about it. I think for the most part, most free to plays are pretty good about it. But it would not be fair to define free to plays without mentioning those small minority of elitists. Yeah.
are you free to play in any of your games?
No, I used to be a long time ago, and then I failed to get a character multiple times, and then I wanted to smash my phone, so I swiped. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say like I'm one of those elitists, but when I am free to play, that's like my mindset. I'm like, oh, I don't need to swipe when I could just play this character and prove that I can clear content without it.
I think that's fine, right? I
Uh
think
huh.
that's fine. It's just so that I should have said there's three groups, right? There's people that
Okay.
are just casual free to play. There's people like you that are,
Like
kind of
competitive.
motivate themselves and like get competitively mindset, which is 100% fine. But then there's the people who are that, but then are toxic towards people who aren't, right?
That is
So
true. Yeah.
yeah, there's that weird group that just for some reason attacks people for spending money, which is like, I'm sure you've seen people in any comments as like dirty fucking whale or like why are you spending so much fucking money? I was like, those, bro, it's people's money. Let them spend money on what they want. It's a
Yeah.
fucking gotcha game.
Or for me, being competitive, I think with Genshin, I didn't really care. It was like whatever. Star Rail, I also don't think I cared. Yeah. Oh, it's so weird. I think the only times I care about being free to play was like WUWA. I broke free to play because of Camellia. And then MMOs, I have like a weird thing where like I need to be free to play in MMOs because like the moment I swipe, it's like it's game over.
Ooh, yeah, but
I always try to prove a point that you can be free to play in like MMOs. Obviously, I'm struggling a lot and I have to rely on teammates to carry. But yeah, that's like my mindset.
yeah, I'm surprised you say that because I've been playing MMOs forever, and so in my first like MMO that I went really hard on, it was this MMO called RF Online. I had never spent a dime on that game, but I had got to a point where I was like, I don't want to say like scamming people because I don't think it's scamming if I could convince you to sell me something for a lower price than it actually is, and then I resell it for more. I don't think that's scamming. That's just
Yeah,
good convincing ability,
that's
right?
Corpa. That's
Yeah, so
business.
so I did a lot of that, and I ended up getting literally the best dodge gear set in the entire game. In PvP, like hundreds of people were attacking me. They couldn't kill me because I just have too much dodge for them to hit me. And then when I quit that game, I sold my account for over $1,500. And that time that was like crazy to me. I was like, holy fuck! I just made so much money just playing this game. And then after that, I was pay to win forever. I took all that money and just pay to win into the next gacha game, or a mobile MMO. And I've been pay to win forever on MMOs because all the MMOs I play, I'm super PvP focused. And
Oh,
most of those PvP, the thing with PvP is you can't be at the top for most of those older MMOs unless you swipe.
yeah, true.
Yeah. So I was always swiping, and I will admit, I think in an MMO like Arcade, I did get the better of a lot of other people who spent way more money than me because I don't want to glaze here, but I do think I was better than them. But yeah. So yeah, fuck them.
In MMOs, I didn't swipe. Even like Tower Fantasy, I was. It's not PvP focus.
Yeah.
It's more like PvE. But like, I still remained free to play because I felt like I could prove a point. But then, oh, as free to play, I will say my team, the setup that I had was pretty good considering like, I was not swiping.
Yeah.
And then the recent MMO Throne and Liberty, I was able to sell like certain items for like 3 times the price, and then I made money off of like the whales.
Is there
And
PvP in that?
yes, it's PvP focused actually, but like when you're PvE, there's like obviously mobs, world bosses, but everything else is like PvP focused, so it was like kind of hard to keep up. Yeah, no, I did not keep up with the PvP because everyone swiped and they were
Yeah.
like literally one guy had like 50,000 HP and he did like 20k damage per hit. Like that's crazy, I'm out here averaging like 2k. So I was like,
Yeah.
dang, true free to play experience in MMO.
That's why I was surprised you said MMO free to play because I think that's the worst genre to be free to play. At least in gachas, it's like you're not getting fucked for being free to play, by like other people. But in MMOs, you get fucked by other people if you're free to play.
That is true, but I think it's like the fun in it is like being carried. You can ask people
Yeah,
to carry you.
yeah,
But also, I think if I were to swipe an MMO, it's like I'm in deep because then it's like I like to get stronger in these games, and so I would just keep swiping
oh
if
yeah.
I
That's why I
do.
was
So,
like 10 grand into Lost Ark.
oh my goodness.
That was bad. That was a dark era of my life.
Oh, I remember you played it, and I played a little bit of it, but I couldn't like get into it for some reason.
I was too obsessed with it. I think if you have to really be into like the top-down isometric view, and I love that view because obviously I play like games like Diablo and stuff, and it kind of is like one-to-one. So
I enjoy Diablo and Path of Exile now, but yeah, Last Ark, maybe if I came back to it, I would like it, but I don't think I will.
don't go back to it. Save
Yes, that was.
yourself.
Ooh, yeah. I was like, everyone I know that played it ended up
Yeah,
quitting
they quit.
because.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to brief back on free to play. Another term I'd heard that started only last year, also called mint pickers. I just wanted to ask for your opinion on the term.
I think the term gets overused for people who just like playing the games too much, right? Like, which is
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Mm.
like in WUWA, I get called an echo picker, which is
Yes,
like,
I was gonna say
okay,
that.
like, bitch, call me an echo picker, but I got way better echoes than you, loser. So, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I want to sit there and farm the entire map. Like, I have been mass farming the entire map of Rinascita since 2.0 came out, and I think my Carlotta says like 74, 75, 302 now, which is pretty fucking good. Obviously it's not the best, but
How
for
many?
like,
Wait, how many sequence? Like, how many copies do you have of
oh,
her?
I have S6, but
Oh,
yeah, none
okay.
of her sequence nodes like reflect on the sheet DPS. She has S1 that gives crit, but like that doesn't
Mhm.
show up. So for like first week, I would say on the new set, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And if I get called an echo picker for that, fuck him. I don't care. Your Carlotta sucks. I bet you're on your old set, the Glacial set. That shit's like 20% worse. Imagine playing dog shit.
He's calling the shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, when I first heard of it, I was like, oh, it feels like such a bad term, but I like collecting and collecting these resources for like the future and the characters. It's like I don't have to farm again. if I
Yeah.
needed them. Yeah, I feel that. All right, another term that I saw recently is executive account manager.
Oh.
Do you have any
So,
executive account managers?
I do, but not for any games I stream.
Hmm.
The only game I have an executive account manager for is Epic 7. So, but like, I don't really feel bad about it because it's not something I actively play. At this point, it's honestly whoever's playing on my account, it's basically their account at this point. It's not even my account. I log into Epic 7 once a year, legitimately. So it might as well be their account. Um, so besides that, I don't have a manager for any of my other accounts. I get why certain content creators like Poke do it because they have so many other things that they want to do in their life, right? That's fair. But I will just always say, I feel like the more executive account managers you have, feel like that might be a sign that you don't. I'm not saying they don't like the game, but I think that doesn't mean they truly love the game, right?
We gotta backtrack. What is an executive account manager? How
Oh
would
yeah,
you
sorry,
define
sorry,
that?
my bad. We jumped
Sorry,
the
no,
gun.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I distracted you.
Oh yeah, we could just like cut that out and like restart. Okay, so executive account manager is basically like someone who hops onto your account and does all the day-to-day tasks. Some of them if even like right, like I think Poke has people like prep mats or prep characters builds ready for him. Basically do all these menial tasks that they otherwise don't want to do themselves. Yeah, that's pretty much what executive account manager is. And
Yeah.
yeah.
No, no, yeah. I was gonna say I actually had one when I was traveling to Asia, and of course AX, I believe, because there was a lot going on. But then after that, I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad because they're just like people who just get on, do dailies, and get off. Like they could be playing any other game, you know. So yeah, no, I agree with you.
I think it's fine. But like my point is like, or my point against it is, I do feel like obviously the only people that really have this are like content creators,
Mhm.
and I do like to have like a little thought experiment and wonder like if you have executive account managers for what you think is your favorite game, do you really like the game, right? Because it's like I feel like part of liking the game is liking doing the daily tasks and hopping on and doing it. And sure, you could just say, "Oh, I love the game, but I just hate doing everything around basically building your characters, everything around logging in every day and burning your energy and doing all that." But then it's like, okay, so let's step back and say you only like doing everything but those. But then what would the game be? How would you level your characters? How would you do anything without those, right? Because at the core of these games, unfortunately, gacha games, it is doing dailies and it is building on materials to build up your characters and etc. etc. So I get why they have them because I agree dailies are fucking boring as shit. But I'm just saying, if you have an executive account manager hopping on your account on a drop of a brand new patch, farming the echoes for you to prep it for you to hop on, do you like the game? I don't know, man. Because, like, when 2.0 dropped, I was on there, like, I ended stream, and then I would be playing till, like, 6 a.m., clearing maps in co-op with other like viewers like nonstop to like farm up my own echoes because like I was obsessed. I loved it. So like I'm not saying everybody needs to love things as much as me, but I'm just saying, like if you're really like, would you get an executive account manager for your girlfriend? You wouldn't, right? Because you love her a lot, right? You don't. So like, you don't just love her certain times. You love her all the time, right? So
I
I'm just joking around, but yeah.
from it's interesting because from the perspective of like an actual executive account manager, because I've had people offer to play on my account. It's to them, it's like exciting just because they can like relive a certain moment again. But it's like for the good. Like at least it's not time wasted. Like it's going towards like their creator that they enjoy
Yeah.
watching and
I've
stuff. So
had
yeah,
I've
it's
had
like
a lot of offers as well, but
yeah.
I kind of reject them all.
Yeah, and I had one offer for NIKKE, but then I was like, you know what? It's okay. I should
Same.
play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had it for like Star Rail, like based on all my games, WUWA, Star Rail, Zenless. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I should play this, you know, because I should be involved. But yeah. No, you had a great explanation for that and definition.
Yeah, obviously I'm joking around about the about the do you really love the game thing, but I do like poking fun at certain people who have him, like Poke, because you know he is a ultimate tourist in a lot of these games.
He's an ultimate tourist.
I'm just saying, he says he loves Honkai Star Rail. He's got I'm pretty sure he has an executive account manager for his loved Honkai Star Rail as well. So.
I'm waiting for Poke to play like Monster Hunter because he loves that game, you know. He said he quit League. I don't believe that. Not gonna lie.
Nah, I think he did. But like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think Poke is a very like, out of game guy as well. Like he likes going to like the club. He likes going to the gym and stuff like that, right? Which is great. But all I'm saying is, when I used to go to the gym, I put my gacha games right on there, and then after every rep, I just fucking repeat. Run again. Yep. Okay. Done with my dailies. Next one. I was doing that while I was doing that while I was at the gym. So I'm just saying, you know, if you really liked Honkai Star Rail, Poke, you'd be at the gym, finish up a rep. All right. Repeat. Next one. All right.
Message to you, Poke.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The next term the next gacha gamer term, I guess gacha gamer type. I call it the company man, also known by others as Hoyo shill.
Oh, okay. Or just Hoyo shills, or like all
Kurobot,
like, all
Hoyo
of them?
shill.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I only remember Hoyo shill because that's that word I see.
I would say Hoyo shill, Kurobot, they're like basically all the same thing. But it would basically be people who are like super tribalistic for like their favorite thing. I feel like this isn't really a gacha thing only though. It's like
I feel like it's only recent,
No. It isn't. It's been around. It's just like been more prevalent as more similar type games have been coming out, right? Like now we're gonna have Ananta and T and Wang Yue, and they're basically just all the same fucking GTA anime game. So I can't wait to see the wars with that one. But tribalism has always been a thing, and it's like not tied to just gacha. Obviously in the premise of gacha, right, we have Hoyo shills, Kurobots, etc., whatever you want to say. But even to that regard, I think that's a very normal human thing. A lot of people in day-to-day life don't like just being themselves. They like tying themselves to something greater than the individual, right? Nobody likes to just be Bob and Bill. They would like to be part of the team. They like being part of, you know, the Hoyo gang or the Kuro gang. Yeah, the company, or like their favorite sports team or something like that, right? Yeah. And because people love like connecting themselves, their identities, to these larger than life entities that don't really fucking know them, but like to pretend that they are part of the group, it gives them a feeling of community, a feeling of pride, and something to fight for, something to love, which is like fine, right? I think this is why I'm trying to say it's like a very human thing. But that's basically what Kurobot Hoyo shills are. These are basically like, imagine super obsessed sports teams fans. That's basically what it is. Do I think that's the majority? Fuck no. They're like if you go to a sports game, right? I think the most fans from both sides will have a good time. Oh, which one team lost, one team didn't. You know, they feel bad or good and walk out, go home. The Kurobot Hoyo shills are pretty much the ones that are in the parking lot tailgating each other, like fighting over, throwing beers at each other, like trying to like attack each other. Those are the small minority that are really like, you know, a little crazy for no fucking reason, attacking each other when they could just go on their own way. But that, again, like I said, kind of exists in every walk of life.
Oh, yeah, no. Actually, now that you're like explaining and describing it, I think of like K-pop fandoms.
Yeah, I was about to say K-pop stands as well.
BTS, like the Big Bang, BTS, EXO, like they all have fandoms, and then of course like they have the hardcore to die for fans.
This is why I think, even though everybody are constantly talking about Hoyo shills, Kurobots, and like shitting on him, I feel like in gacha, like for like in terms of like fandoms, I feel like gachas like obsessive fans like Kurobots and Hoyo fans are actually like Hoyo stands or Hoyo shills are actually like pretty vanilla compared to
You know what?
K-pop stands and some
Yes.
sports fans. Like the worst thing you get from a Hoyo shill or a Kurobot is like your fucking game's dog shit. Imagine it took 4 years to get this quality. Like we did it in 1 week patch, right? That's the worst thing you get. Sports fans, there's been literal shootings. There's been people fucking assaulting each other, jail time. They're K-pop stands, bro. Like K-pop stands are fucking insane. They will dox you. They will find out everything about you and fucking reveal everything about your internet history and dig everything out to like expose you. All right. I think gacha shills are like pretty vanilla compared to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because we're creators like in the space, it just feels like it's a big part, you know. But on the grand scheme of things, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And then the last type of term, not least but last, is the gacha tourists.
Yeah. Gacha tourists are like, okay, so like let's go with the OG meaning, right? Gacha tourist, the OG meaning is someone who doesn't really play that actively, just hops on once in a while, sees the new patch, sees the new stuff, goes through it, and then says goodbye, doesn't log in again for another like month until the next patch, right? That's the original meaning. But I feel like, you know, with time, I think it'll have a more positive meaning in the fact that I think gachas, and I've been saying this forever, have always been meant to be toured. Like, they are not games you should be maining. And I think with COVID era, too many people tried to make gachas main games because they had nothing else to fucking do. And they were sitting there, like myself, playing Genshin Impact for 10 hours straight, right? Which was great, but that's not what these games are meant to be played as. They're meant to be played as you do the thing, do the new things, you know, you're done. Now you sure log in for dailies if you want, you log in for a weekly, and then you like kind of just go through the shenanigans until the next patch. I feel like that is the way you should play these gacha games, and you can kind of like rotate through the next gacha, the next gacha. And I feel like at this point, like, am I a gacha tourist? I think there's a couple gachas that I don't really think I'm a tourist on that I play quite a lot, but I still like to call myself a gacha tourist in that I like touring gachas. So like I like going and trying every gacha game that comes out, right? So I feel like there's a like different type of meaning it could have where it's like cuz I think you can probably name a lot of people that you know as well that only play one gacha game, right? And that is their
Mm-hmm.
gacha game. That's pretty much what they built their platform around. That's it. But I think the best way, even for creators to do, is to just tour all these other gachas. Spread your wings. Try everything, you know? And, you
Yep.
know, who knows? Maybe you'll like something. Maybe you'll get a new audience in this other game, right? And you got a couple others. So I don't think being a tourist is bad. It's just, you know, I think the people who are the angriest about other people being tourists are, well, no, I shouldn't say that because I call so many people gacha tourists. I shouldn't say anything.
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say like I think it's not a bad thing to play all these games, you know. And I guess a rule of thumb for me is like don't knock it till you try it. So like when you try these games and then you don't like it, okay, then you put it down. It's like visiting a place. You don't like it, you just don't come back there again. So yeah, no, I'm a tourist myself. I play games here and there and then I'll stop. Like Reverse 1999, I consider myself a tourist because I just come by here and there, but I don't really play the game, you know, the way I would normally play like a Hoyo game.
I don't think gacha tourism is like, in the way you're saying it, is even that bad. Like, you know how you're saying reverse 1999, you only hop on once, but because like if you think about it, what if we normalize gacha tourism? Maybe that's how we break through the shackles of gacha FOMO. If we
That is
normalize tourism, if we normalize people not feeling this urgency to log in every day, if we normalize this urgency of like, oh my god, I'm overcapped, I need to make sure I'm not capped, right? Maybe the second we normalize that and make people not feel the FOMO constantly and like shame them by calling tourists, then gacha companies will fail and then we can have great video games again.
you're cooking, you're
Like
cooking. I mean,
Astrobot. No, I'm just kidding.
Astrobot, I'm dead. And no, you're cooking. I mean, I used to feel like being called gacha tourist because I had people in my chat just like joke around. I felt like bad, but then I was like, wait, it's actually not a bad thing though. And that is how Gacha Tourists came to be.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing.
In this case, I'll be touring all the gacha creators and people in gacha, not really. So yeah. Besides those terms, are there any like other terms we might have missed? The only ones I could think of. Well, actually, I'll wait for you to go first
Terms.
to define like gacha players. One of them
Uh,
was like gooners. I learned
I
the term gooners or like cultured gamers.
Gooners are just like, you know, Coomers. I think Coomers is probably more accurate.
Oh,
Just
Coomer.
people,
Yeah,
yeah,
Coomers.
people who are
Yeah.
just like super degenerate. I guess there's like whales, but like that's kind of self-explanatory. Those doesn't really need an explanation. It's just people
What
who
about
swipe.
like the person that like plays one like the one main character? Like I would main Hu Tao and I would only play like Hu Tao.
Oh, X character mains.
Oh, X character main.
Or it's just like a main character, like something main, right? I I guess that could kind of just be like a stan, not so much like a certain main, like your Hu Tao stan or like a
Oh,
Nouvelette.
Stan.
Yeah. I don't think
Wait,
that.
didn't you have like Kaching where you just mained her and like only
Yeah,
played as her?
I did for a long ass time. I feel like that's like pretty self-explanatory, explanatory as well. They just play one character. Yeah. I can't really think of any other terms.
Yeah, Coomers is like the only thing that comes up because I learned the Coomers as I was playing like Genshin. I was like, what is that?
I guess something. No, this is more for content creators, I guess.
Oh,
It was funny.
what is it? What is it?
I think it was. I think I was replying to a tweet of someone's basically. So I had a Zani tweet when that trailer first came out about Rinascita, and I was like, oh my god, she has a shield. I hope she's not a shielder. And then a bunch of people were like, oh my god, this guy's clearly never played PGR. Don't you know Kuro Games makes shielders into attackers? I was like, that's first of all, that's not the point of my tweet. My tweet was like mainly just like, oh no, I surely hope it's not a shielder, right? Not so much like it can't be a shielder. Don't do it. Like that wasn't the point. But like people missed the point and just like attacked my like tweet for no reason. And then I quote tweeted the guy and then showed him my PGR account and all these other gacha accounts because he was basically saying I'm probably a tourist that barely plays any gacha games. I fucking like linked like my 20 gacha games and all the fucking progression on each account. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Like, and then I think it was Rexlent that replied on it is like, because I showed a picture of my Grand Blue Fantasy account, which is a fucking game from 2016. That it's a browser gacha game. Very few people know about that game. And he replied is like that the FGO and the GBF picks alone should like qualify you as to not be a COVID CC, and he called them COVID CCs. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh
COVID
my god,
CCs.
that is like
I
quite a term.
I you know what? It is true because of COVID, I became a streamer.
Yeah, technically,
And
I'm a COVID CC too. I started streaming with COVID, but like, I think he meant more as in like
gotcha.
gacha. They started playing gachas because of COVID, and so like
Oh.
that. I think the term is basically representing anyone post Genshin. You know, so like people who haven't played
Yeah.
gachas before Genshin. But I've never
Yeah.
heard anyone call that COVID
COVID.
CCs. It was a funny term.
I was like, are you like the hidden CC? Like, because there's a lot of people who play these games, but they don't really say it, you know? And then when you said COVID, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Because COVID,
Yeah.
I think even like outside of gacha, like streaming became really big.
Yeah.
And obviously it helps like gacha games as well.
Yeah. There's just a lot of fucking gacha games that people don't know of before Genshin. Like there was like 10 more I wish I could link, but like I would have to fucking find my account info on them, but I don't want to bother.
Oh,
Like
what games?
like Unison League, which is a fucking ancient disgusting game that I spent way too much money on for no reason. Sino Alice, but I'm pretty sure Sino Alice EOS, I'm not sure. Azurlane, I played a JP and an NA account, but I don't know either because it was fucking tied to like they had their own like Twitter binding, but then I had an old Twitter account that I used, but I don't fucking remember my login to that because it was tied to my old email. I can't find it. So I lost both of those, I'm pretty sure. Trying to think, what else
There's
did I
Princess
have?
Connect.
Oh yeah, Princess Connect,
that
but that EOS. Dragalia lost EOS, so I can't link that.
Gosh.
Puzzles and Dragons, I could probably find my login, but do I really want to bother? I might just be able to log in through my iOS, but I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot, and it would have been a killer tweet if I just found all of them and listed all of them, but yeah.
You can, at least with your iPhone, iOS, you can. Oh, I don't know if they're like PC games or mobile games. But with mobile, you can see like previous apps. So
Yeah.
at least you can do that. Yeah.
It's just I just remember Puzzle and Dragons used to have this super cringe thing where unless you had at least spent $10, they did not help you find your account again.
Oh,
Which is funny as
wow.
fuck. So like if you were free to play and you lost your account, they were like, you didn't spend any money. Sorry. You're free to play, loser.
Dang.
So that was a funny era.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. I played it, but I can't remember much from it. Before Genshin, I played Perfect World and almost Black Desert Online.
Oh,
So
I
yeah.
played a shit ton of BDO.
I don't know if it's like gacha. I think it's just MMO.
Yeah. BDO was
Perfect World might have been a gacha. I can't remember, but
Perfect World.
it's Perfect World Online. It was an MMO base, but I don't know if they have
Oh.
gacha aspects in there. Um,
Damn,
I
I've
think
never
it's still a
seen this
thing.
game.
They merged with CN servers, and that's when you have like Giga Whales. So I stopped.
Yeah. Classic MMO.
Obviously, like Maple Story, but Maple Story's a long time ago.
I'd play Maple Story again. That's like the one MMO I'd probably go back to if I really had nothing to play.
Wait, a lot of CCs came back. I remember with the Blackpink collab, I saw a lot of people coming back and
Yeah,
playing
I
it.
did too, and I have like all their cosmetics, but and then I quit again.
I just know like Code played up to like 20 characters, and I was like, I can barely handle
Yeah,
two
that guy has
accounts.
like fucking like ridiculous I think it's called Legion rating. He has a million fucking alts that are giga high level. I swear Code does nothing but play games, but like I do too, so like I respect it.
Yeah, he was playing like Path of Exile too, I
Yeah.
believe, and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
s-
then and for Throne and Liberty, he was like a really, really
yeah, he was
strong
playing a
player.
shit ton of that as well. I'm sure he swiped as well. He's a fucking whale, so
Okay, wait. On topic of story. So last episode, last recording that we had, obviously I don't play a lot of games, gotcha games. I play kind of like the mainstream ones. I do play Arknights because when we were talking about story, one of the comments mentioned that we did not mention Arknights, and I was like, I know you play Arknights.
I did, but
Um,
I played a long time ago, and the way I played Arknights at a certain point was I was speed running content because I wanted to get to the like get through stuff ASAP, so I skipped a lot of story. But from the little bit I've read and from like some of the bigger arcs, like I think her name was Frost Nova, I forget, but they do have good story. It's just I haven't read enough of it to like be a prominent figure to talk on it. I skipped way too much of Arknight's story. Yeah, I just wanted to do the end game.
yeah, no, that's kind of like me with NIKKE. Okay, I try not to skip. I'm only on chapter like 16, but I feel like I skipped the earlier chapters, so I don't really know here and there. And it's only recently I picked back up and I'm paying attention to like story a little bit more now. So yeah, no, I kind of feel the same.
The thing with NIKKE is though it does have like an archive thing, so you can kind of just go back and like experience them if you want to. I've always been saying there should just be like someone who like goes out of their way to just make like a full internet archive of like all stories and just like not like a like playthrough but like a synopsis. Imagine just like a gacha library and it's just like a quick like spark notes or like TLDR of every gacha game story chapter by chapter. Like I think that channel would be insane, but like I don't I
What?
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't make
Okay, I was
it.
like, Bob, you're the one with this idea. How come you're not doing it?
I'm not the story guy.
What? You should just after you do story, you just pull up a whiteboard on stream and then literally just with your chat, you just pinpoint and have chat help you. It's like a group effort, you know.
True, but the issue with me doing that in most of my current gachas is like I think too many gacha games. Maybe not. It's mainly Genshin. Genshin has a lot of lore tied to fucking things outside of story, like a random book you pick up somewhere. And if you don't like pick up on that stuff, your depth of knowledge in the world building isn't deep enough. So like you do sound goofy. Like I have a lot of pot theory, or like crackpot theories about Genshin, and where it's going, but like a lot of my chat calls me a fucking idiot about them because I don't know like some random piece of lore for about like 3 moon sisters and their fucking shades and some shit. And I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I don't. Luckily, like some of the newer gacha games like WUWA, ZZ, I don't think really have that. But I think ZZ still has hidden story that you have to kind of read through. I don't know if WUWA does. I'm not too sure because I don't think there's a WUWA lore master unless I'm just not like looking.
There's a few like lore creators for
Okay.
WUWA I've seen. Yeah, I haven't watched the videos though.
Maybe I gotta dig through that a little bit. But
Yeah.
I know like I know when we got the Black Shore expansion, there were like things like one of the I don't remember if it was Ku Money, but or no, there was like a Ku Nanami or something, and it like kind of was like a reference to Nanami and PGR, and people are like whoa stuff like that. But so I'm sure there's hidden stuff too for WUWA. It's just it didn't feel as I think a lot of the other gacha games don't feel as tedious as Genshin. Genshin literally
Yeah.
sometimes feels like I'm playing Elden Ring and need to
Woo!
go through like every dialogue of like every NPC and book to figure out what's going on.
I feel like this might be a hot take from me, but I feel like with lore, as long as you kind of understand the premise and the basics, like that's more than enough.
Oh yeah.
To understand the story. That's like what I think personally. And then like those small bits and pieces are like for those who truly enjoy the lore. So it's like a reward for people who like it.
No, I agree. But for me it's like I think the best part or of enjoying story it's like theory crafting or thinking about what could come next, right? Like when
True.
I think back when I was like a kid reading Harry Potter and I just finished like Goblet of Fire and it was like Voldemort's back, I was like, oh shit, like what could happen? You know, like oh, are these Death Eaters coming back? It's like oh, what's gonna happen with Snape and all this stuff, right? If you know well enough, then you can think about these things. But if you're like, let's say my example about me and Genshin is like whenever I think about stuff with Genshin, I just sound like an idiot because I don't know well enough. Yeah.
For me, I'm like the type to listen in on lore, but I don't really make predictions. But for some reason, only Star Rail is the only game that I make like predictions for. I kind of like to go with the flow for the other games. So it's kind of nice that you're able to craft and think, and I guess
I
make
think you should
guesses.
just make all the predictions you can.
Yeet.
Just because if you make 100 predictions and one's right, you're still right technically. So you could be I always like to say I knew it. and then my chat someone in chat goes like, "Bro, you made 100 predictions. If one's right doesn't mean you're right."
Oh, I made one prediction at the end. When they were introducing to Amphorius, I looked at Himiko and I said, "Guys, what if Himiko becomes Remembrance because her outfit resembles like Aglaea's a little too much, or it's not a little too much, but like similarities." But I feel like it was
Yeah.
a reach. My chat was like, "Yeah,
Just have the
nice try."
golden rose thing. That's why. But I'm kind of I have a prediction since forever that I thought Welter Himiko's gonna die soon in Star Rail.
Oh, but I feel like the connection would be from Honkai because even like through Genshin with Mavuika, there's like, oh, that's Himiko's version. She's gonna die eventually. Like
Yeah,
every
I don't.
Himiko in a different timeline is gonna die. That's what chat says.
Yeah,
Oh, you agree?
it's because Dawei wife is Himiko, so he kills Himiko every chance he gets. I mean, well, you did the Archon quest, right?
Yes, I want to talk about that too. I did. I literally so we were gonna record yesterday, so I was rushing through the quest. And then when you said like, oh, you want to reschedule, I was like kind of glad because I had time to actually finish it and get to the end of it. I want to hear, I guess, your thoughts. I can tell you my thoughts. My thoughts starting off was I like the Archon quest, and I feel like it's hard for me to be kind of critical with Genshin just because now I haven't played Genshin that much, and I only come for the Archon. So I am one of those people that have missed out on a lot of side stories because I heard that when okay, this is kind of like spoilers for those who haven't done it, but like when they're in the abyss, there's like one character that has a strong big significance from one of the side stories that I did not do. So I miss like lore here and there, but overall, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. The ending made me emotional. I'm a very emotional person. Um, I think part of it kind of feels like almost cheesy because it is like power of friendship. But again, I'm a sucker for those. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, but I gave it I think 6.5 to 7.
Mm.
So like I was talking to my chat. If Fontaine was a 10 for me, Natlan was like a, or if Fontaine's like Act 5 like peak with folklores and all that was a 10, this Natlan Act 5 was like a 7. But so the reasoning is that's why it's a 6.5 to 7 on
Yeah.
like a normal scale, not compared to Fontaine. And it's because I don't have an issue with the Archon quest. I don't have any. It does drag a little bit with a lot of the side stuff you're constantly doing that don't really have anything, but it's like they want you to feel the impact of everything that's going on due to all these things that have happened due to the war. So they want you to feel an emotional tie to that. That's fine, but my issue was it's like imagine you're going into a movie and it's a thriller and you don't know who's gonna live or die, but in the movie trailer or like you see a promotional marketing thing and it shows who's alive at the end, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you saw that before you went to go and watch the movie. It would ruin the whole movie for you, right? And the issue with the Act 5 for me is I think it loses too much tension because you know Malwika's never at risk. Even though Silali's like, oh my god, Malwika's pointed to her death, she's gonna die, she's gonna die, she's gonna die. But you know that she's not gonna die because in 5.1, I think it was 5.1, when Capitano has the talk with the Lord of Night.
Yep.
Like it's so obvious and it's built into the Natlan quest that Capitano is going to basically sacrifice himself
Mm-hmm.
in her stead. And so
Yeah.
like you lose all impact. You lose Genshin. You lose all like urgency. You lose all risk. Like unless I guess you're a Capitano fan like I was. I was like, please no, don't do it, Capitano. Fuck Malwika, let her die. But yeah, it was like it was so obvious. Lali coming over and it's like, oh my god, Malwika, we have to get to her. I'm like, she's fine. Like, come on, we know what's about to happen.
Did my reaction? I was like starting to get chills, and then suddenly when
Yeah.
Capitano shows up, oh my god, I like got even more chills because I had just forgotten. Um, I actually have a theory kind of that ties into Capitano, but I truly don't believe that he's like gone for good.
Oh no,
What do you
I don't
think?
either.
Okay.
Because his body's
Yeah.
still there, and technically his
Yep.
essence or his like soul merged with the Lord of Night, and I wouldn't doubt that there's a way to still like reverse it in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he had the immortality, and then he
Yeah.
was talking about like wanting to change the rules and whatnot. So I was like, oh my god, he's such a man. Like, oh my gosh.
That final cutscene when he sat down on the throne, that shit gave me chills, but I was still like, fuck. I'm gonna be like joining r/Senora mains. Because that was the
Oh
one
my
thing I
god.
wanted out of Natlan was a playable Capitano, and then they did that to my boy. But I knew this was gonna happen since like 5.1, so I was like, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, Capitano is just like, yeah, I guess for me, like coming back to it, because I'm just a Archon quester now for Genshin. I had a feeling as well because I was like, man, like Genshin can go a few ways. But yeah, seeing that scene just gave me a lot of chills. Oh, there's one scene that low key made me cry, and I feel like maybe a lot of people won't feel the same. Was when Paimon runs and hugs Traveler after they come from the abyss. Like, well, I don't know how you feel about Paimon, but low key for me, if something happened to Paimon, I would be kind of sad.
So everybody says hating on Paimon's getting old, but I don't really care. Because I still dislike Paimon. Just because obviously I do play in English. I do find Paimon's voice in English a little grating still, and but it's beyond that for me. I've joined like this has been a long like 4+ year theory that Paimon is like a sleeper agent from Celestia. So cuz like she is a little too, you know, she's too involved. She knows a little too much to just be like a random nobody. And nobody questions Paimon's entity through this entire story. Nobody has yet to. And then in Fontaine, we had the Melusine talk about how she's like a balloon with strings into the heavens. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
the the fuck,
Yeah,
this double agent little rat. So like I have my mistrust of Paimon, so I don't really I'm not getting like cozy with her. Like Like she's a traveling companion, but that's it. Like I know there's gonna be a time where she's like gonna like Celestia's gonna say emergency food, and then it like activates something in her brain, and then she like switches and turns into like a full
Wokage.
adult form, and then like stabs us in the like stomach or something, you know?
My prediction with Paimon was like we either fight Paimon towards the end because like Paimon, like you had mentioned, she's like unknown, she's too involved, or
Yeah, and
Paimon
her
becomes a
name.
sacrifice.
Her
Paimon
name's one of
becomes
the demon names as well,
yes, that
so
is true. Yeah, I had that prediction or like theory, and another one was like Paimon ends up sacrificing herself for like Traveler or something. Don't know how this is gonna happen, but that was just like my two theories I had for Paimon. I guess like for me, I just felt emotional for some reason because I was like, oh my god, Paimon has been with us.
yeah.
So yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't expect to cry at that part when both Traveler and Mavuika like stepped out of the abyss or like the fire comes back up. So I was like, dang, good stuff. Overall,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it pretty much. Um, oh, I thought that the ancient name that they had given to Traveler was kind of cheesy or like corny, but it made sense.
I think they should have randomized it per person. That would have been a cool little touch, but
Ooh,
yeah.
what kind of like names would you have given then? Like the
I
meaning,
don't
I guess,
know.
because like hope is one of them, yeah. So like
Yeah, just
love,
they could have just
happiness,
made it like a series of like positive things and then just like
positive
randomize it to
affirmation.
everybody. Yeah, and then people could have been like on social media, it's like, oh, I got hashtag hope, or you know, could have been a thing, but yeah, they kind of just went with the hope thing, which is like, yeah, it's fine. I didn't mind it.
Hope, light. What other words? I can only think of like love, hope, and like happiness.
I guess, yeah, I guess there aren't that many, but I'm sure they could figure out a lot of adjectives or not adjectives, but synonyms to just like happy things. Yeah.
This is a random question, but have you ever played Otome games? Like dating Otome games?
No, I played visual novels. Like
Visual
I've dated
novels?
games to like date girls, but not guys.
I don't know, it's okay. It was just like a question because I think over like the course of my streams and stuff, my chat knows you as someone who's like very cultured. But then it never occurred to me if you played any like Otome games.
Yeah,
Uh,
I played like I don't know if Danganronpa fits in that. I don't really think so, but it's more of a visual novel. I
what
played
is
You and
that
Me.
about?
Oh, Danganronpa. It's basically I'm trying to explain without spoiling. How do I explain without spoiling?
You can spoil. I'm not gonna play it.
No, you should play it. It's good.
But isn't
At
it
least one
long?
and
I
two.
remember you had like long streams playing it. It was
But it's like worth it in my opinion.
wait, how many hours do you have so that I can at least
Let me check my
because
Steam.
you're not the first creator that has told me that.
I
That
would
it's a
only play
good
one
game.
and two. I haven't bothered with
Oh, one and
three
two.
because three kind of goes into its own thing. Dangan 1 have 32 hours, Dangan 2 have 47 hours.
What is like the overall premise? That's not bad. That's like my Mori
Think like
gameplay.
murder mystery.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah, I think murder mystery is the best definition. Besides that, I've played like You and Me and Her. I've obviously played Doki Doki. Everybody's played that.
you play? Oh, I haven't played that yet.
Oh really? Wait, what?
No,
How have you not played Doki Doki Literature Club?
I watched PewDiePie, I think, play it, and then
Uh,
that was it.
I played Doki
Hey,
Doki Literature Club. I played You and Me and Her. I would say those are like the only games that are like really dating esque. I played those like meme games where like you're like you choose decisions to see if you're with a girl or
it's like
not, and
it's like a IRL dating,
yeah, the
right? There's
IRL
like
dating game stuff.
five
Yeah,
girls, one house, or something,
yeah,
or
stuff
five
like
hearts.
that. I've played those games before. But beyond that, not really. I haven't played any Otome games. Yeah.
Oh, dang. I thought I could talk to you about Love and Deep Space for a second.
Nah,
No.
listen. I'm down to play like girl dating games. I'm not down to play guy dating games. Not that like I'd be against it. It's just like I can't fake liking guys too much because it's like I wouldn't be too interested.
Not even for like content on stream.
No, because it's like I wouldn't be enjoying it because
You
like
know what? Fair.
I like do I think Love and Deep Space characters that I've seen in trailers look pretty good? Yeah, they do. But it's like I'm not a girl, so I'm not like really into it. And like yeah, it's alright, but
Yee.
eh. I do think Love and Deep Space looks better than like Tears of Themis guys, because I mean there's nothing wrong with Tears of Themis
I think
guys, but
it's like 2D and 3D, right?
yeah, but like I think the way Love and D Space does 3D is pretty good. But I heard Love and D Space is giga predatory. Like they have like really
Really?
bad gacha or monetization. Yeah, I
Oh,
heard they got like some drama about it.
I did
The
110 and I
CSM.
got a gold, so I thought it was
Oh,
good.
okay.
But I haven't seen the rates myself, but it is like
Yeah.
really popular in Asia. Okay. No, I was curious. So like now this is like another thing. I feel like bad for bringing it up, not to like poke at you. But you said like you're not into guys and stuff, but like
Mhm.
one character that I discovered through you is Astolfo.
Yeah.
Who's like a guy, I guess, who's more of like a femboy. I guess my question for you, Paul, would be like, what kind of tags do you like then?
For what?
For like visual novels,
Visual
or
novels. So I actually
maybe.
don't like visual novels for like Gooner stuff. I actually think
Oh, hey.
the visual novels that are less Coomer are like just there's lots of visual novels that just straight up have sex scenes, and I don't like
Mhm.
them because I think those too many visual novels for the sake of the sex scenes throw out their story and it like becomes ass.
So you read
Uh,
for the plot.
yeah, like so there's a visual novel called Sayano Uta. It's like a cult classic for visual novels, but I thought it was straight ass. I thought if they fucking stopped randomly having sex constantly and just focus on the damn plot, it would have been 10 times better. But like the story would be getting a certain way, and then they get into the house, is like, and start having sex. Like I'm like, okay, like come on, can we like just get on with it? Like, So I was like, oh, this is lame. But for the visual novels, I'm kind of whatever. For if you're talking about the
Culture
cultured
tags.
stuff, yeah. I've talked about this with my chat before. I think so. One of my one of my favorite tags that I've always said to my chat is something called stomach deformation. And that might
What?
sound ridiculously weird to people who don't understand what that means,
Oh,
but it's
I don't get it.
basically when in the hentais the guy's dick is so big that when he's doing the girl, like
Oh my god, I need to censor.
a bulge comes out on the girl's stomach because it's just so big, right? So
Oh
that is
my gosh.
deforming the stomach, essentially, is what that means. That's a good tag. I do think.
Have you done a tag list on stream before?
Yeah, I
Where
think I
you, like-
have. I think Futa is a very good tag. It is. I think they have some of the best
Yeah.
artists by far. I think NTR, unfortunately, as much as the topic and the category is shit, because cuckoldry is
art.
lame, but the NTR has the best artists by far.
I have to agree on that too.
Yeah, and the reason is because it's just NTR just apparently just cheating is extremely popular in Asia. So that's why most of the artists draw that category. But beyond those, I mean, I don't know if that's really a tag, tsundere, but I just really like tsunderes. I do like yanderes. And
There's like cat girls. There's like nurse office as well.
cat girls, no. Nurse, sure. Office, sure. Yeah. I guess like MILF, 100%. Yeah. That'll pretty much be it. But the like the most like ridiculous ones are probably Fuda and the stomach deformation.
Wait, talk about Fuda. Have you heard of the game? It's a visual novel. It's called like Futa Fix Dine
No,
Dick
what the
and
hell
Dash
is
or
that?
something. Wait, hold up. Let me pull it
Oh,
up.
is it on
It's my-
Steam?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what it is. I've seen it.
Have you played it?
Nah.
Oh, it's Futa Fix Dick Dine and Dash. Dude,
Yeah.
you really should. Okay, you might not like the plot because
Can you
like
stream
had
it?
mentioned. No.
Oh, okay.
No. Dude, you're speedrunning to a vacation. Actually, I don't know if they have a
Stream
safe for work
friendly?
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have good art, animation, and the plot just kind of sucks because it is like, I guess
Yeah.
yeah, Fuda going around.
That's the thing. I never. So unless I'm like back in the day, right, in the peak Fob Gooner days, right? Unless I'm
Peak
actually
Fob Gooner
like
days.
Yeah, unless I'm actually gooning.
Wait, what year is this? What the heck?
Probably like midway through college.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
But unless I'm actually gooning, I have no interest in consuming anything within like the gooning categories. Unless obviously besides like gacha games and stuff. Like I could never see myself playing uh an a like erotic visual novel or something. Because I'm like, unless I'm gooning, sure, but like even then, if I want to goon, I just consume something else. I don't want to click and read through text boxes to goon, you know?
I'm dead.
So
That
like
that was low key.
yeah.
I did it for the memes because I'm actually like not one to play either. So like Orc Massage, Food Fix, they were all like
Yeah.
chat funded and chat wanted. Oh, I played for like Valentine's Day too. Just not on stream, somewhere else. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely like not for fun. It's just like for the memes. And I guess like I was curious on seeing stuff that the internet likes. You know,
Did you
I was
like it?
reading Orc Massage. I broke the game, so I unlocked
Oh.
basically every like position like right off the bat. It's okay. I feel like I was running the shop a lot more. I think Food Fix was the first game that truly introduced me to everything because it had like animations. I'm pretty sure it has the stomach thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's because Fudas for some reason have like 19-inch dicks.
Bro,
So
yeah,
like
dude,
yeah.
they show you the whole thing, like the vein and everything. Oh my god, there's just so much. Yeah, that was like the introduction to a lot of other stuff that chat had recommended to me. But yeah, no, I pretty much only read stuff for like the plot, and I guess
Yeah.
one of the plots that I enjoy, unironically, that I was reading growing up that I didn't really know was like NTR, because like some plots were decent. I guess I would read for the plot, come for the art, and stay for the plot is what like I usually do. But I haven't read anything these days, you know.
If there was something I'd recommend, it's You and Me and Her. But like I don't know if a
You and
girl
me and
would.
her.
Yeah, I don't know if a girl would like it though, because it's obviously the main character is a guy. Um, but I will say compared to Sayo no Uta, so I played it on stream. And there's a safe for work version for Steam for stream.
You and me and
But
her, or the other one?
You and Me and Her, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one. But there were some chatters who were shit posting telling me that the hentai scenes had hidden context. So I went to Pornhub live on stream and started
Bro,
watching
what?
some of the scenes to like see if there's any context, but there wasn't. I got baited. But I will admit, I don't think the H scenes for You and Me and Her were that bad. Compared to Sayonota. I thought Sayonotas were ass, but yeah. So like if there was one that you want to try out, and it is technically the godfather of like I at least I'm pretty sure You and Me and Her is the godfather of fourth wall break esque type of visual novels that Doki Doki Literature Club kind of like pays homage to. So it is like the original, I believe. I might be wrong, don't quote me on it, but so if you want to play a game like that, I would recommend. I think it's like 12 hours long. Let me see how long it took me.
I do like a good visual novel. I feel like I played random visual novel like on desktop games growing up.
13.9
Uh,
hours.
oh,
Yeah.
not bad. That's like one day,
Yeah.
one
It's pretty
one stream
good.
session. Yeah, I think my first one. I don't know if it's even considered visual novel. Is it was like Love Hina. There was a game for it, and it felt like a visual novel to me.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty. I guess pretty old. And then the others is just like stuff I read for fun, but they're like mangas or like stuff I've seen at like the NSFW section at like AX and stuff.
I still have
That I picked
never
up.
gone to the NSFW section in AX.
Wait, never?
Nope. Cause like I
No
stream
way.
most of my time there, and then by the time
Ah,
I'm done streaming, it's like fuck, I'm tired of shit. I want to leave.
wait. How many times have you been to AX?
I think it's been like 3 times now. Yeah, 3 times now.
Hmm.
I still haven't gone to the NSFW section once.
I think the first time was like 2021 was like really nice. They had a lot of stuff. Um, and then I think this or last year's it was very. They moved it to the artist alley now, so it's no longer upstairs.
Oh.
They moved it to Artist Alley, so I didn't know where it was at first, and I kept looking for it. And then I saw it, and then Faku is still like the biggest booth in there. It's okay. There's not. I mean, you know what? I say it's okay, but it's just like if you're into that stuff, it's like it's like a playground. There's
I
a
gotta
lot of
actually
art.
go next time. I always just forget about it entirely by the time I finish RL streaming.
I usually go to like buy one manga from there, but all of them are like in Japanese. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I was like, there's another time that I'm just gonna tell you because and then I'll decide whether to like remove it from the VOD. But
Yeah.
there was a time, my first time at AX, I come up to like this glass panel and they had like comic books in it. And the lady's like, "Oh, do you want to try like a spin to win one of these manga books?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I spun it and it landed on like something that I didn't want. And I told her, I was like, "Can I get the furry one?" Because the furry one had like good art in the front. And she gave it to me for free. And I was so
Oh.
happy because she was so nice about it. And honestly, to this day, I don't know where I put it, but it literally looks like the wolf from Beastars plus like the
No, I
girl
never
from
watched
Red.
Beastars.
Okay, well, Beastars,
I
I
can't
mean,
handle the
I'm
furry
sorry,
art style.
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. No, wait, I watched Beastars though while doing like laundry, and I didn't know Yoasobi did the opener for it.
Oh yeah, the song's a banger.
You know what? I think Beastars is if you're, I mean, into.
I'm just a person who can't watch something if I think the art style's ugly. Like that's why I can't start One Piece because I think they all look like Slenderman. Um, like their lanky ass arms and long ass abdomens. I've no again nothing against the actual story. I don't
Yeah.
know the story, but like I just can't handle the art style. I don't like looking at ugly characters.
Wait, what
Um,
about like Ranking of Kings? Because the art style is very different.
so Ranking of Kings, I don't think is an ugly art style. It's a different type of art style, so I didn't mind it. So that's why I haven't tried Made in Abyss either, and I've heard amazing things about Made in Abyss, but like I think the art style is. I think the characters on the posters look stupid as fuck too. So
No, the story and everything is so good made in Abyss. People do
yeah,
say it's kind of dark. I kind of
that's
agree.
why
There's
I want to
some.
try it. But like every time I think I want to try it, and then I look at it, and it's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, the majority of Made in Abyss is like obviously revolved around like kids and well, I don't know how much to say without spoiling it, but I think
Well,
the
that's
the
the other
plot
thing.
line.
I hated like ever since I was a kid. I hated shows with kids. Like so when Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece were like the big three, I refused to watch Naruto because that's why I didn't watch the OG Naruto until much later. Because so when I was in high school was when I was getting into Naruto and Bleach, and I was like, all right, let me give Naruto a try. And then I was like, these annoying little fucking kids, Sasuke and Naruto, they're annoying. I hate them. I hate
Bro,
Sakura. She's such a
what?
fucking like she's so head over heels over Sasuke and
The
so annoying.
trio is so funny.
And then I go watch Bleach, Giga Chad, tall teenagers, jacked, like that was my shit. And then I started hating it a little bit too because Orihime is an annoying bitch. But besides that, and then way later, like sometime into college, I a friend linked me like a fight between Pain and Naruto. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Okay, Naruto looks like it's cooking. So I gave like Shippuden a try. I was like, wow, wait, this actually looks really good. So then I went all the way back and rewatched Naruto. Yeah, so I still have a thing where I just like find kids in anime really fucking annoying. But yeah, I'm sure if I give Made in Abyss a try, I'd love it. But yeah, it's that hurdle.
What
Yeah.
kind of anime are you into? Or like genre wise? And oh, I guess genre and what is your favorite anime?
Genre? I don't think. I think my favorite genre is slice of life. I like
Ooh.
slice of life. I like anime that just like doesn't necessarily feel like it needs to take itself seriously. Doesn't feel like it needs to go somewhere, but just enjoys itself in the present. And that's why like my favorite animes are like Nichijou. I don't really consider Frieren to be a slice of life, but it basically feels like a slice of life half the time. So
Yeah.
I love Frieren. Um, and yeah, I would say slice of life. But then my favorite animes are like I guess fuck, I mean I know the issues with Evangelion, but I still love Evangelion. Like, cause I
What's
grew
wrong
up
with
with that
that?
shit. I grew up with that shit, so I love it.
What's the issue?
I mean, it's the show's pretty buns if you're if you're being honest, because there's a lot of plot holes and there's a lot of issues and there's a lot of really stupid things that happen all the time in Evangelion, but it's beyond the point. And a lot of people like kind of just like bandage over the problem, saying it's like, oh, this is some religious connection. No, that's like, no, there's nothing there. He just thought it was cool looking, so they used that symbol. But um, besides that, I guess like, oh, Penny and Stalking is having a season 2. That was one of my favorite animes. I loved Kill la Kill. Um, Gurren Lagann was great. I think Full Metal Alchemist was probably one of my favorites as well. But like,
That's I feel
I
like Full Metal is a classic. Yeah.
yeah, but like I have like a thing where like I can't like it too much because I feel like it's overglazed on the internet. Like I do think it's really fucking good, but like I don't know. I think there's like a cult following for that anime that just like these people feel like it needs to be #1 forever, regardless of anything that comes afterwards.
I won't lie. I also watch animes based off of art style. If it's something that doesn't resonate with me, I'll probably like push it off.
You should watch Penny and Stalking.
I like reading slice of life. I feel like
It's
watching
not a
it.
slice of life.
Oh, is it
It's a
not
furthest thing for slice of life. It's raunchy as shit. It's like vulgar.
like how like gory in that way?
Not really. No, it's Penny Stocking and Garter Belt with Garter Belt. It's think of like over the top. Have you ever watched Kill la Kill?
No,
What?
I was gonna tell you that I watch like shonen, but like the mainstream ones, you know.
Oh,
And
you're a
then
normie.
yeah, but like my
Do you
favorite
like
anime,
Demon Slayer?
I like it,
Do
but
you think Demon Slayer is the best anime of all
no,
time?
no, I was gonna say I like Parasite a lot,
Oh,
like from the
Parasite's great.
opener,
Yeah.
like
The
everything, like
Maxim, yeah.
yeah, like literally everything about Parasite, and then this one isn't shonen, but it's Terror and Resonance. I really like that one for the music as
I
well.
don't really know that one.
It's called like Zanki no Terror.
Okay. You
But
should try
yeah,
Penny and Stalking though. It's
I've
great.
seen angels who were banished from the pearly gates for being foul-mouthed, sex-crazed, and sugar
Yeah.
addict
Yeah.
bad girls.
Is that it?
Um,
What? What is
that's
that?
that's the definition I got from Google.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Google.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the premise is there's one girl who uses her panties as a weapon and one girl who uses her stockings as a weapon, and they're basically like sisters, and yeah. They're bringing justice to those heathen. It's good.
Oh, so it's like
It,
almost like actiony,
it's action.
maybe.
It's very horny bait, but like not really because the art style doesn't really lend to it. But when it wants to, it does kind of jump to a different art style to do something. It's funny. I'm sure you've seen the meme of the transformation scene.
Maybe not. The art does not look familiar to
No,
me.
hang on. Let me link you.
Yeah, most of my animes that I watch. Okay, so I love reading like romance and slice of life. If it's an anime, like what's that one anime? Your Lie in April, I think. Instead of watching it, I read it. Although I should have watched it because of the music. Or Your Lie in
Oh yeah,
April.
I never actually watched Your Lie in April.
Oh, the music is good. I mean, a lot of people all requested in
Yeah.
my chat. You never? Dang.
Nope. Everybody tells me I need to, but I've never. It's kind of like how I think it was Silent Voice. I never actually
Oh, I think I watched Silent Voice. It was
I never finished that either. So I was watch partying with my chat and then I fell
ah.
asleep. Yeah.
Ooh, now I'd be like that. I fell asleep to what's the devil's a part-time job or something? Part-timer? What's that one
Yeah.
anime?
I've heard of that one.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it, but
yeah, no, I did a watch party and I fell asleep halfway through.
yeah.
A
I think
shame.
I've heard Silent Voice is really good, but that's what. Did you watch it just came out this year. It's called Look Back. I think it's the best anime movie of the year. And if I could say it's the best anime of the year, but it's not since it's a movie, I would say it's the best anime of the year too. But it's a short 50-minute movie. If you have 50 minutes, just watch it. I think it's the best thing ever. And if you said you're emotional, it'll probably get you. It's by the creator of Chainsaw Man.
Oh,
but
let
it's
me
not
see.
like Chainsaw Man at all. So don't expect Chainsaw Man type of yeah.
Oh, wait, can I watch this really quick?
Yeah,
It's
wait,
a minute and 15.
yeah,
The
yeah,
one
yeah.
that you sent to me.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Oh, the music's good. Oh, she's cute.
So this is their transformation scene where it's like breaks away from their actual art style and goes to something else. Yeah.
They're like idols.
Yeah. And they're coming out with a season 2. People have been begging for it forever, and it's finally happening.
You like the blonde or the blue hair?
Blue hair. Because she has
Oh my.
stockings. Stockings
Oh
are way
my.
better.
Oh my. What the heck?
Yeah, they play into the sexual stuff like a lot. I should really like the English dub for this anime too.
Oh, she's taking off her panties.
Yeah, it's her gun.
Oh, it's her gun?
Yeah, it transforms into her gun.
Their art style is so like Cartoon Network. Like
Yeah,
cartoony.
that's why I liked it. It's different. I'm pretty sure it was done by Gainax the first time, but the season 2 is being done by Trigger because Gainax went bankrupt.
Oh, 07. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that was good. Art is interesting for the most part. Okay. Dang. I feel like last time I watched something on YouTube that was, I don't know if it's like horny bait, but it's the is it Monogatari? It's the pasta the toothbrush scene, but it
Oh
was in
yeah,
pasta because they couldn't like upload the actual scene, so they made it into pasta.
yeah, that's a classic scene.
Yeah, I
You have
don't
to
think
watch
I've
Look
seen
Back
that.
though. You have to watch it.
Look back. Okay, I'll try to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I haven't watched any anime recently. Like I just started Arcane. I'm on episode 2 for that. Free Ren,
Season
I only
1 or
got
season 2?
season 2, season 2.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Free Ren, I did not finish. The Oshinoko has a new season coming out or is already out, and I haven't finished the first season, I think, either.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
finish
behind.
Freerin?
No. Oh, it's not like it's bad or boring. It's just like I'm pretty sure I watched something else during Free Ren. That might
Um,
that
you
might
need
have
to
been Demon
watch
Slayer.
You need to finish Freerin.
That might have been Demon
And
Slayer.
mm-mm-mm. And what was the one after Freerin you said?
Oshinoko.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I would say just drop the anime.
Ayo, speak your truth. Wait,
Just
really?
drop the anime.
I saw a lot of people not liking the ending of the manga.
Yeah.
Said.
I don't think it was terrible, but I think it's probably one of the worst ways they could have ended it.
Like the
Yeah,
manga or the anime
the manga.
or both? Oh,
And that's why I've been telling everybody, like, unless you really like Oshinoko, just drop it. It's not worth. So my thing with a lot of anime stories, like K dramas, Lily and I just finished a K drama. It's called The Trunk. It's on Netflix. I thought it was really
ooh,
fucking good. And my point is, if any show or story doesn't stick the ending, then why did we put all our time into it? Because like,
true.
my point is, if you get on a first class flight, have the best flight of your life, but you're going to a shit can ending or shit can vacation spot, why the fuck would you want to go anyways? Just for the first class flight? No, right? So like, sure, the journey might have been great, but if the ending leaves you with a shit taste at the end, do you really want that? Like, I would rather have a good journey and a good ending, you know? Obviously I don't want a shit journey and a good ending either, but I want a good one all the way through. And Oshinoko's like, I was kind of like this with Bleach, where I started Bleach, like I said, back in high school, and I loved Bleach. But then it was there's an arc called the Fullbringer arc where it goes real shit. It goes into the trash can, and then it goes into the final arc. And at that time, Kubo was being like super pressured by the publishers to basically finish it up, wrap it up. So he like rushed it fast as fuck. That's why people are enjoying the anime so much, because he's basically getting to like redo or like add context that was missing that he couldn't because he was sick at the time. And so like at that time I fucking hated Bleach. I was like, why did I
Oh,
put all this time into this fucking manga? This shit's so ass. And the same thing with JJK. JJK ended recently.
really?
Fucking hated
Oh,
the
the manga?
yeah.
The manga. Oh,
I will
hey,
I
oh,
will
hey.
say I didn't fucking hate the ending. It was okay, but like the issue with I think JJK is the author wrote themselves into a fucking hole and didn't know how to get themselves out of it. And yeah.
I think during free run was when I picked up JJK too, because I caught up. Um, I had just gone to like the Shibuya arc, but then I stopped, and then now I had not finished it either.
I think JJK is still worth watching for two more arcs. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, no. That might be two more arcs. Might be the ending. Actually, watch it. Watch it. 1.5 arcs, and then you're done.
Oh, personally for me, if Gojo is still in there, I would keep watching.
Yeah. Keep watching till Gojo's or the whole time Gojo's in there. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
What?
Whoa, hold up.
Wait. What? I
Anyway,
didn't say.
there was shoot, there was like one oh Goblin Slayer. Have you watched that one? Goblin Slayer.
I watched a little bit in the beginning, but then I never like finished it. Yeah.
Oh, I
I
liked it.
should. I heard it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it picks up. I guess it's like D&D style. Obviously first episode it's like hard to get through, and then after that it's like fine.
I think
Um,
another great example of an anime you start and you love and then you shouldn't end is Overlord. Think season
I
I think the first season is great. I think the second season is and then I think the third season is but like it just like the first none of the other seasons match up the first season.
oh I wait. I watched the movie and then I started Overlord again, and so I finished season one, and then I started season two, and then I stopped. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
another one. Oh wait, have you read Berserk?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it is so good. I heard the anime for it's really bad.
Yeah.
So I haven't tried it. But no, reading it, like the thing is, so I do like reading like action, I guess like shonen, and also kind of like horror stuff. But I didn't expect like gore, like hardcore gore coming from Berserk. So it caught me off guard. But the plot was pretty good. It kept me through, and then now it's kind of like I'm on like chapter 300, and then I just stopped.
I think everything I've heard about Berserk is really fucking good. Obviously, everybody says the anime is terrible. There was actually like a fan project to make the anime, but then they got like season desisted by the
Oh,
creators. Not the creator. I think the company that owns the IP, which is cringe. But
hmm
um, did you ever watch Akira?
no, no.
Oh my god.
It was
Okay. If you haven't watched it, maybe you should just read it. The manga is amazing for it, but the movie is also really fucking good. That movie, like single-handedly, like sparked or revolutionized like the anime industry at that time. So
oh. I
yeah.
think like anime movies are harder to pull off, so you say that, then like it must be really good.
Oh, it's great, but I
Yeah.
think the manga's better.
The
Because the
manga's better.
manga is much longer and gives so much more context and world building than the anime gets to. But yeah.
What is one anime that you would not recommend to anyone?
Trinity 7. You never heard of it?
No.
It's one of those fucking just like stock standard lame ass power fantasy harem animes, and I fucking watched it for a little too long. It was ass. Oh, also Akame got killed. Don't watch that anime, just read the manga.
Oh, okay. I was like, that was when I was watching a lot of animes back then, that was like on my list.
Ugh. Akame got killed. I love the manga. The anime?
Oh,
Nah.
okay, okay. Do you have any like hot takes for anime? Any
I think
hot
harem
takes?
anime suck dick. And people should stop
Harem?
watching harem. Harem. Yeah. I think they're
Like Rent a
terrible.
Girlfriend?
I've never watched it, but everything I
Uh.
hear about it sounds awful. It's like there's only one harem anime I've ever watched and enjoyed, and it was The World God Only Knows, and that's not even like a real harem in my opinion because he's not really collecting waifus. It's different. I don't know if you watched it, but
I heard of it before.
yeah, that was like my favorite out of all like technically harem anime. But aside from that, every other harem anime I've ever seen, ever heard of, they're all slop.
The world,
Yeah.
God only knows. I think he's like collecting like a team or something. I forgot. Um,
It's really good. I think it also has an absolute banger intro, opening song.
yeah, no, I like Rent a Girlfriend, but I think MC like bothered me quite a lot because he's just like there's like no character development from him, I guess, and I wanted him to be better.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
issue with harem anime or harems. It's just
No, yeah,
fucking.
the only thing that I know for sure with the I guess the manga and anime is that people always talk about the author and how he self inserts, and so I'm like, oh, I guess I feel bad, but like I like season one.
If
That's like whatever.
if you are willing to watch something that's like borderline hentai, it's basically hentai. But it's not. It's not like traditional. Like I don't think so. It's fully hentai. But it's like super cult following slash like infamous. It's called School Days, and that's what got me into actually you and me and her. Did you watch School Days?
School days. I
It's very
I've
infamous. There's a
no,
popular meme that's like nice boat because School Days at the time it aired, one of his episodes was so fucked up that they had to take it down from broadcasting and they just played a video of a boat on a on ocean.
what?
Yeah, but it was it's nobody recommended it to me. Nobody said it was good. Everybody said it's ass, but I watched it and I actually don't think it was terrible just because of the ending. It's one of those rare cases. You know how I said earlier that I would hate it if the journey there was terrible but the ending was good too? But like
Yeah.
in this case, it's like the opposite where if, unironically the journey was fucking terrible but the ending made it worth.
Can you
And
just tell
like,
me how it ends?
oh,
I had a
am I allowed to
spoiler
spoil?
warning.
You don't want to
I,
watch it?
no, 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 no. My chat recommended it to me because I was
Oh,
talking
School
about
Days?
something.
Oh, then you should watch it.
Yeah.
You
No,
should watch it.
no, just spoil it for me. Spoil it. I want to
Okay,
hear.
so School Days is basically this dude who's the biggest douchebag piece of shit ever. And he gets a crush on this girl, but this other girl that mainly actually likes him, but doesn't like confess to him, basically plays his wingman and gets into get with that girl, right? But then once he is with that girl, he finds her boring as shit, and then like
Why?
throws her aside and then basically starts slowly falling for that first girl that had always liked him all along, right? And then he throws her aside too and starts fucking every other girl too, right? And the first girl that he originally loved is falling into full despair, like it's out the window, crazy, like depression, everything. Basically, the premise is he's a piece of shit who fucks with tons of different girls, fucks with them mentally, ruins their fucking lives, and then basically is just horny all the time, wants to fuck nonstop. That's all he cares about. And then at the end, he gets fucking killed, gets his fucking head chopped
What?
off. Hell yeah! I was like the whole time I was watching that anime, I was like, I can't stand this guy. He's so why do girls keep wanting to have
Wait.
sex with him? He's clearly cheating on all of them. Everybody knows he's cheating on all of them, but they still want to have sex with him. And then at the end when he finally died, I was like, yes.
Oh my god. So you stayed
Fuck.
for the plot. You stayed for
I
the plot.
stayed to see him die, and it was great.
Wait, did you know he was going to die or not?
No, I didn't. But it was like it was perfect. I was like, please, he has to die. Something has to break because like you could tell something was gonna happen because that first girl I told you about was like really getting fucked up in the head, and you could tell like she was gonna do something crazy. So, yeah,
I was like following along, and then suddenly you're like, he died. Oh,
you should totally
that's a
watch it.
first.
You should watch
That's
it.
what? I was like, it. The entire plot reminds me. This is like a manhwa, a hentai one.
It's a
So it's
visual
called.
novel, by the way. So that's why. So it actually has a visual novel, and
Oh.
I believe the world around it is called hang on, School
Maybe it
Days.
like inspired other visual novels and like
No,
plot.
so School Days has a universe called the Overflow universe, and basically it's you don't want to see the family tree. There's a lot of fucking overlap.
What?
So it turns out a lot of the characters from School Days actually turns out to a lot of them are fucking related somehow.
Oh
Because
my.
the guy who I said is a douchebag turns out I forget who it was. Either his grandfather or his dad just happens to be even bigger douchebag who fucked everybody too. So
What?
yeah, it's a visual novel, and you could get like crazy bad endings. So I've always played around with the idea of playing that visual novel just to see all the terrible endings, but because my favorite thing with visual novels now, with certain visual novels, is seeing how I could get the main character killed. Because I find that very fucking fun.
But then don't you have to restart,
Yeah, but I
right?
don't fucking mind because I was like, damn,
Oh.
nice. Let's go. I got it. Because I like want to see all the endings, all the good ones and the bad ones. So I
Oh
kind of want to
my.
like mess up all the times. Like sometimes I like just pick bad decisions on purpose.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah.
like the one and done. Like once I get one ending, I'm happy. And then I'll
Nah, with
YouTube the
visual
rest.
novels, I think that's fair for most games. But visual novels, you have to see the other endings because like don't you in like life sometimes don't you wonder like if what would happen if you could go back and do this decision again? But in a visual
Yeah.
novel you can, and you could see what happens if you did choose that other thing.
But you could just YouTube it and it'll be faster, right?
Okay, but that's lame. Then you didn't do it.
That I had to do that for Amori because I didn't save like right beforehand and then it just finished
Ah,
and I was like, wait, can I not go back? And then yeah, I couldn't go back. I was
it
like,
was
oh
actually
frick.
crazy. And you and me and her, so if you pay attention really well throughout the whole game, right? Because essentially is a you're basically courting another girl, right? Because it's a visual novel, it's a love story, right?
Yeah.
And at the end, close into the end, there's the girl basically quizzes you on everything about herself. I got 100%. I got every fucking question right, and I don't even think there's a YouTube like recording of someone getting 100% on that. So it was like crazy. I actually 100%. I actually knew her. I had a relationship with her.
Oh my god. Wait, that kind of there's like a vision novel out there. Oh shit, I forgot what game. I don't want to say like Honey Pop, but there's one game where if you answer it all right, it like adds hearts to the
Oh,
person.
that sounds pretty nice.
No, I was like Honey Pop is boring. It just feels like Candy Crush, but like it's harder
Yeah,
because you have to fight for it. You know.
yeah.
The School Days plot reminded me. I was gonna say there's like a manhwa. It's called like Campus Today. It's literally just a guy. It starts off with this guy getting drunk with his friends, and then his friends pants him, expose his dick out to the public, and then suddenly all these girls want him, and he just keeps jumping from girl to girl to girl. And like I stayed for the plot because I like the art was good, but the plot like I want to see how it ended. And he freaking chose one of the girls that he could have just went with at the beginning, and I was like, wow, I wasted my time reading. Yeah. Interesting.
At least he didn't get his head chopped off.
I think that ending would have spiced it up. Not gonna lie, just because it's like it was like such a boring ending, you
Yeah.
know?
I actually have Nendroids for school days. That's how much.
Really?
Yeah, even though I think it's such a shit anime, I actually
What?
like it.
You know what? Speaking of Nendroids, I actually wanted one figurine. It's from Mushoku Tensei. I only watched a little bit of it, but
I still haven't
uh,
watched it.
oh, it's weird, but in a good way. It's
I
kind of
have an
scarring.
embargo against isekai right now. I don't want to watch
Really?
isekai anymore.
Wait,
I'm
why
so
not?
done with that trope. I feel like everything that can be done with isekai has been done, and there's nothing more I want to see out of it. I'm
What was like the last isekai you watched?
trying to think. What is the last isekai I've watched? Oh wait, the last isekai I watched was there's this isekai called what was it called? It's this uncle that basically gets isekai and then comes back.
Oh, it's on Netflix, right? It was like
Yeah, Uncle
Uncle.
from
I know.
Another World. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
last isekai I watched. I thought it was
he was
funny, but
funny.
I was
Yeah,
like, all right, like I'm kind of done with this isekai. It was funny, but yeah,
I tried watching it, but I couldn't like get through it for some reason. I think just it's a slower start for sure.
yeah.
If it doesn't start with like a shebang, for the most part. Hey, that's. I was like, oh wait, I never finished my sentence. Oh yeah, no. Oh, I guess it'd be a spoiler if I tell you the figurine from Mushoku Tensei.
No, no,
Uh,
I don't really have any plans to watch it.
um, I I watched the beginning of it, so I can't remember if it was mentioned, but it's a figurine where you could just like remove the clothing. It's I don't really know if it's a spoiler, but I forgot
All of
which
it?
character. Yeah,
Oh
it's kind of
damn.
cool. I like wanted to do an unboxing stream because I think that's like I like watching unboxing streams. I think they're like really cool and fun. And then like the fact that you can remove clothes is like a bonus, you know.
I have some figurines back there where you can fully nude them as well. I actually don't.
Which ones? Oh,
Um.
your Picoro one is freaking huge.
Oh yeah, that's the 1/4 scale Picoro one. I think it's the Rurudo one, but I got Rurudos because Toa doesn't have a good figurine, and Rurudo's the artist. But I'm not crazy about the figurine. I didn't even know it goes nude. So I have a gripe against nude mods, nude figurines. I think
Mm.
nudity is extremely boring. I think like I think it's better to be like scantily clad and like scandalously clothed because then it leaves a little bit to the imagination and it's like exciting, right? If you're just
Mm.
fucking dangling out everything, it's like, all right, that was like you're just naked. So
Yeah.
like I don't like nude mods. I don't like nude figurines, but yeah. It's funny that most of my nude figurines I just found out they're nude after the fact once I opened them. I was like, what the fuck? Why is this naked?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
imagine you open it on stream and then you just find out.
Oh no. Luckily, none of the ones I've opened on stream are naked. Yeah, actually, the Rudo one I did open on stream, but I noticed because like I don't have a camera like that's looking straight down. I noticed is like, wait, what the fuck? Why does she have two bodies? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, which of the figurines in the back are from like like gacha games?
There's Hersher of Thunder here from Honkai. Azure Lane, New Jersey, and Baltimore. There's Starter from Arknights. Saber Lily from FGO, Meltalith from FGO. Those are all Toho, so they're not really a gacha game. Those are Bochis. Those are Dangan. Oh, this is New Jersey from. Yeah, that's New Jersey from Azure Lane. Jalter from FGO. Astolfo. Two Astolfos from FGO. There is Hersher of the Void Parasols figurine right there, and Musashi, and then right on behind that box there's a Ishtar, or not Ishtar, Rin Tosaka Racer figurine from Fate, and there's an Ishtar figurine under there as well.
Do you plan on getting more?
Oh yeah, so this box right here is a
Oh,
1/4 scale Hatsune Miku giant one, and I have
oh
no
my goodness.
place to put it, so that's why I haven't opened it. And I actually have I have a Blue Archive figure over there. I have two Evangelion figures over there that I haven't unboxed either. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna unbox these or where to put them. I need to move into a house.
Time to buy a house.
Yeah, I need to buy a house so I can
Time
fucking have enough space.
to start a fund. I was
Yeah.
like, the only figures I have is like Naruto figure. I have the Chibi Hutao Butao figure.
Oh, that's cute.
I have the during the Penacony one in LA. I bought the March one, I believe. So it's like a chibi figure, and then like
Yeah.
that's literally it.
You should get some. You should get some figurines.
They have a lot of AX, but the thing is, like, I don't have enough space.
No, never
Really?
buy figurines at conventions. Super
Really?
overpriced because the way that they have to bring it over, they have shipping costs, right? And then you're basically paying for the shipping costs, like additional. There's basically like a con premium, and it's never worth it. I will say the only places that I've seen that were like kind of worth it were Good Smile. They are generally their prices are about fair, but a lot of the con like side stores slash like third party sellers, they're very overpriced. It's not worth it. So like if you want to buy figurines, I would just say stick to you can get a really good discount if you know how to use Bai and proxy services and buying figurines through Japan because our dollar destroys the Japanese yen and you get big bang for your buck. So if you figure out proxy shipping, then it's good. I've actually bought like 2-3 figurines from proxy shipping and saved like 50-60 bucks. It's really worth it.
Nice.
But there's obviously like the worry of like scammers, but you kind of have to be careful about that. But aside from that, I like buying from Ami, but their fucking shipping prices are so expensive. So
The
yeah,
one at AX though, they have like figurines there for you to just take home instead of shipping
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Uh,
But no, but
w-
what I'm saying is they cost more than they would if you bought them somewhere else because they're bringing it
oh,
to the convention like all the way from wherever, and then all their prices to bring it over, they have to make up for that. So they up the price of the figurines a bit.
what? What's like the average figurine price? Because on the last day of AX, they usually like bump it down like 50% off. But it seems like a good deal. But then it's like, what is like the original price?
So a lot of the prize figurines you see, if you go to AX or any convention, you see like those displays that have like hundreds of just figurines, right? Those
Yeah.
are predominantly prize figurines. They should cost like $20 to $30 max, but they sell them for like 60 plus there at AX. These figurines, like this 15th anniversary Strawberry Miku, that was $250 at AX, at Good Smile. But that's like kind of the going price.
Yeah.
But you could like, if I tried to probably buy that at a third party vendor, it'd probably been like 350. I've seen a lot of people mark up like $200 figurines to $300. I've seen $250 to like $400. So like there are some crazy markups, but also there are like, it depends from brand to brand. There's like companies like this, the one from Pecora and New Jersey, these bunny figurines, and I guess all these two Dangans. They're by freeing, but freeing think they own the world of figurine 1/4 scale, so they decide to charge the most ridiculous prices for no fucking reason. It's stupid. 1/4 scale should not cost upwards of 250 plus, but they do, especially doing the simple ass poses that they do. Like this New Jersey costs $400.
Holy.
Oh no, 350, and then with shipping it costs like 500. By the way, you could buy it now for like less than that because nobody wants
Oh.
it and it's like overstocked and they want to get rid of it. So
Dang, I was gonna be like, hey, at least now maybe it has a lot of value. You know, they're out of
I
stock.
will ship
But
you this figurine. I don't want it. It takes too much damn space.
bro, what the heck? It's cute, but I don't know who that is. I
It's
guess.
not that cute when it takes up this much space.
I was like, if there's a gacha character, you know, what? If you have Hu Tao figure, I'll take it from you.
Nah, I have a Hutao Butao lamp.
I have it too. But
Oh, okay.
then, yeah, I was like, I have that. Oh, there's a cute Raiden, the small figurine that I remember.
Oh
She's
yeah,
like holding the
I have
sword.
that too. Yeah.
That was really cute, but
Oh, okay.
it's just small, so it's not big. Yeah, I
You didn't get
wonder
it?
if no, it was like out of stock or something. It was I don't know.
Oh, okay. I had an extra one, but I ended up giving it away. It's like $30. All
Oh,
right.
well now it might be. I was gonna say I wonder if does Starro have a figurine right now, official one?
They have the Kafka one coming out, I think. Yeah, they have a Nendo for Robin and Sunday right now. For
The Nendos
pre-sale.
are cute. I think Nendos are
Yeah.
cute. I would get that.
I don't actually ever open my Nendos. They all stay in their boxes.
Yeah, no, my March one is in her box too.
Yeah, I think it's
Me-
cute to just display them in their box.
What about Zenless? Zenless doesn't have anything right now, right?
They do. Actually, pre-ordered the Ambi figure. They have the Nicole and Billy one
They
as well,
do?
and the Nekomata. I believe
Like not
Nekomata.
chibi, right?
No,
Not
they're
chibi?
the full scale figurines. Yeah. They're nice. They look good too. But I only ordered the Ambi because I think Nicole and Billy or whatever. Yeah.
You don't like Nicole's assets? Oh, she's
No,
sitting.
I think Nicole's just not that pretty. I think she's mid. Yeah. I never understood everybody's love for Nicole unless
Hey,
they
that's
just
gotta
like
be
unless they
the
just
hot
see
take.
unless they just see big tits and say, "Wow, I love big tits," but like that's not that. I'm not looking at the whole package, and I think Nicole's design is like meh. Yeah,
I think her playstyle pushes me away. She's cute, but yeah, it's not like crazy the best. Well, I guess
yeah.
maybe because I'm biased towards like Jane. I think Jane's design's really nice.
Oh yeah, Jane figurine
Miyabi's,
would be crazy. Miyabi
yeah,
figurine would be crazy.
yeah. I like figurines that have like their skills or elemental like powers included. I think there was one Genshin one. I forgot which one it was, but it looked really cool because it had like
You would
their
probably
elements.
really like resin figurines. They're
Resin.
you never see like those Naruto One
Yeah,
Piece
yeah,
figurines
yeah,
with
yeah.
those abilities on, like you would probably
Yes.
really love those, yeah. But they're expensive. Those
Oh
are
my gosh.
like $700-800 sometimes
Wait,
or more.
I went to an anime shop, I forgot where, but they had like it's bigger. It's like as big as your case fob for the figurines, and they were like 700 up.
Yeah,
But
those
it would recreate like anime scenes, like for example Naruto, like the Nine Tails, like
oh
when
yeah.
he's facing it, like it's just crazy. Yeah, no, I like those.
Those are
They're
expensive and heavy, but It's worth it. They are like technically some of the best out there, figurine wise, but it is expensive.
No space at all.
I mean, I'm looking at your background. It looks like you have a ton of space. You
You know
know,
what? You're right. You're so right. I
just
have
have
a
a
lot of
mug
space.
there. You know, you could.
But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about.
I swear we talked more about anime than gacha. I think this time.
Oh,
Well, that's
uh,
fine.
yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm sure the chat would like it. I think you had a
Yeah.
couple of hot takes. Also, school days. I feel like my chat like recommended to me for like memes.
I
But
probably
then
no. Listen, honestly, you should have watched it. I ruined it. Like you should have watched it.
don't worry. I feel like I'm gonna forget. You know.
No,
Or
you're not. I literally told you the
I
guy's head gets chopped off.
no. I'm gonna forget. You know. I have early onset dementia as well. I'm
Oh,
gonna watch it
okay.
and I'm gonna be like, what? So yeah. Um. Anyways, yeah. No, I had a fun time talking. I think that's what the chat would like, regardless. I feel like these days with a lot of gacha, it's I don't want to say like recycled, but some of them have already passed. Like it's been a week since Rinascita, you know. Some people it could be like old news by the time this episode comes out. Like
Yeah.
Genshin Archon, yeah. So it's like some variety anime. I think they would like. You also gave like there's like some things you said about anime. I think chat would enjoy
Hot
listening to
takes.
that. Hot takes, but they
Yeah.
weren't really hot takes. They were and stuff. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Fob. For those that are listening, let me know down below what type of gacha gamer you are. Cause I mean, at least Fob and I assume we're like collectors or like whales, company mans. I don't know, tourists,
Yeah.
coomers. Although I think Fob is the bigger one here, personally.
Yeah, I'll own it.
I was like, you're like the only creator I feel like would give cultured insight, even with tags and everything. Um, but I don't know how much you want to talk about it, just cause I don't know. For me, it's like curiosity, but to you, it's like I don't know. It
I have
could mean
like I
something.
have like I have a list of Patreons I actually subscribe to that are specifically certain artists as well. Or like I don't really like check up on it, but I
Hey,
just like supporting certain artists.
you know what? That's base.
Yeah.
That's hella base. Wait, would you ever draw NSFW art yourself?
If I have ever actually got good at art, like I never considered my art that good, but if I ever
What?
actually did, oh my god, I totally would.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I was talking about art, and one of the Fobbits that was in my streams mentioned that like you draw really well, and I was
Eh.
like, wait, cause I remember seeing I think Lily had it as her banner.
Yeah, so
You
my
had
issue
someone.
yeah. So my issue is just like I don't know. If I like when it comes to things I do that are like outside of gaming, I want to be like doing it really well, right? And otherwise I don't want to do it at all. And sure, do people
Um.
tell me my art looks great? Great, that's fine. But like, do I really care if someone who draws stick figures tells me my art looks good? Not really, right?
Also, you want like
Now,
an artist to
yeah, now
compliment you.
like if another really good art and sure, obviously other artists I knew like told me that looks pretty good and gave me positive critique and stuff like that, but like but then I look at what they do and I'm like, oh, my shit. I don't fucking want to do this anymore, so I quit.
But
Yeah.
but like, how many years of art have you been drawing? Like
Oh, so
they still practice.
actually wanted to go to art school when I was a kid.
Oh,
And I drew for a long time. It's just like constantly doodling. I actually had like an art tutor for like a year as well because my
ooh.
mom was like wondering if I'm actually serious about the art thing. But then like my parents at the end of the day, especially my dad was like, artists don't make shit for money. You're not being an artist. So I was like, all right. And then for a long time between there until like between high school, which is like 2012, that's pretty much the last time I drew, and then all the way to like 2019, I didn't draw a fucking single thing. And then right there, actually no, I think like 2015 or 16 I drew a little bit again just for fun, but then 2019, right before like I started streaming, I started drawing like obsessively again. That's where I drew most of like my Twitter banner and like all the other stuff, but nah, I didn't like it enough. So
Oh
I quit.
dang. I understand because I also did art growing up, but I didn't have like an art tutor or anything. I just drew for fun. But then my dad was like, you can't make a lot of money with it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped completely. But
Fucking
yeah,
Asian parents.
I was really passionate about art, and like I won a few like local art contests and whatnot, just drawing some random stuff. I had my own like art OCs. I was addicted. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, it was just curiosity if you ever drew NSFW. Considered we were talking about like culture, and then you mentioned that you had a Patreon for those artists and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, technically, when I drew, so I have a lot of like work in progress that I never like published, but like a lot of like the
This
characters
is
I've
Fob
drawn.
lore out here.
A lot. Well, no, so I've actually shown some of them on my stream, but
Oh,
like a lot of them, like technically, because like you're drawing the poses and the full body, technically they are like not fully clothed, so
yeah,
technically
nude.
they're
Yeah, nude.
naked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not really NSFW. It's not like I'm drawing
Mm.
vaginas out here. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's just like anatomy, like
yeah,
trying to sculpt it out.
it's just a body.
Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I honestly don't remember how we even got to this topic, to
yeah, I
be
don't
honest.
either.
Oh, okay. No, it was talking about being cultured in art,
Oh
I guess.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think you're one of the few that is very open about it. I'm sure if I ask others, but you like go in depth.
Yeah, this is why I'm like super picky on like art, because there's specific artists that I like really respect because like love their style, but then there's others that I still think they draw really well, but I don't really care for their art because like it's just not my thing.
For me, I just see art, and if it's good, I just like it. Cause I don't have that skills. Uh, okay, well,
You
I
never
guess in
know.
another life, you could have been like an artist.
You never know, Ruby. Honestly, like in the like half year to like 8 months I grinded art in that year. I will admit I definitely think from where I started to like where I ended, the progression was insane. But like so like the resource, we live in an era where there's so many resources out there that you, if you really wanted to, you can hunker down and like put your mind to it and really see yourself progress, right? You've seen the artists who show like their art 2 years ago versus now, and it's like insanely different.
Yeah.
Like if you put your mind to it, I think anybody can. Like I think art is, obviously talent is always gonna trump like hard work, especially if the person that's talented also puts in hard work. But I think even if you are talentless, if you put in really hard work, art is something that you could still be good enough where most of the average people in the world will think it's really good.
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
talent and passion. Like, you gotta have the
yeah,
passion for it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's like PewDiePie when he like I drew every single day and
Yeah,
then his
I
progress.
think passion plus hard work can match someone with just talent but no hard work. Yeah. But someone with talent and passion and hard work is just unbeatable. You can't. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody, no matter how hardworking you are and how much passion you have, if you have no talent, I don't think any amount of grinding will trump someone who just has amazing natural talent.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've grown up with someone who got a full ride to the Art Institute of Chicago, and by a very early young age, they could just look at someone for a brief moment and do a full portrait, like at the age of fucking 12. Like that
Dang.
was just like, okay, like I suck dick at art. Yeah.
Dang, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like playing the piano or something, you know, like you just
Yeah.
have people who's like musically talented and they can like perfect
Yeah.
pitch.
It's like when I played the violin. Like
Oh.
I would consider myself, I was pretty decent. I got into regionals and all that, but there were people who got into, I know people who got full rides into Juilliard and played in the fucking uh, Carnegie Hall in New York City and are like insanely good, right? And I will never be at that level because they're just
Oh.
naturally talented.
Yeah, yeah. In my family, like we all played instruments and piano, but my brother, he's like musically talented and perfect pitch. So he like obviously like went
Yeah.
beyond, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna back out. I'm good. Cause he kept, yeah, he was like in like honors choir and stuff, and he was like stepping up every single time for everything, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna relax.
But I think anybody who's listening to this, hey, if you want to do something, any amount of hard work and passion, it can get you like 90% of the way. The last 10% talent, sure, but like you don't need to be top 1%, you know.
Hey,
I think most
yeah.
people would consider anything above the top, anything above 75% to be really fucking good. So, because they don't have the eye to know any better.
Mhm. Hey,
Yeah.
it is the beginning of 2025 though, so if you're listening, you should start now.
True. New Year resolution.
Do you follow any or
Nope. I didn't make a single
no?
one this year.
Do you actually like believe in them or do you follow any of them at all? Or like
I
do you
did.
even make
I
any?
did. I used to. Like I New Year's resolutions like, oh, I'd go to the gym, but it lasts like 2 months and then I stop. Yeah.
That's 2 months actually not bad because for me it's like 2 weeks or 2 days. So yeah, nah, for me it's like let me just be healthier than the day before. Like that's just an easy way for me to view it now. I used to have like strict goals and stuff. Yeah, all right. Well, that is all I wanted to discuss. There was a lot of things we covered, but the one I wanted to hear most was like the types of gacha players, and I think you nailed it. So yeah, thank you, Fob, once again for being on here and talking to me about all these things.
Yep,
Any
no
other words for
problem.
chat?
Nope. That was a great talk. I hope chat enjoys our our ramblings about anime for, and you know, hopefully don't overcook me on some of those anime takes. Listen, they're just my opinions, you know. Everybody's entitled to opinions, even bad ones. So,
It was so
yeah.
funny because I don't know if you saw the comments, but they were like, "Oh my god, Fob sounds so much more chill compared to like when he has his chat with him and they get you like
Oh.
riled up and then like one guide."
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like that's just because it's like the dynamic, you know. Like
Yeah,
here, I'm just talking to someone directly
yeah.
rather than rather than talking to 10, 15 different people at the same time and arguing. So, yeah.
But yeah, no, they like listening to your takes. I'm sure.
I
Um,
probably talk way too much.
no, it's a good thing. Keep talking, okay? I
Yeah.
was like, there's a balance in life, you know. We have people who talk too much and people who talk too little. There's
Yeah.
like the in betweens. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know right down below what type of gacha gamers you are once again. What hot takes you guys have for anime. What else did we talk about? Oh, and if you like Genshin Rinascita story, yeah, let us know. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.